Okay, I want you to cut that half right now.
Alright, and welcome everybody to another week of Rocket Rush. This is Season 1, Week 1. No, I didn't look at the Twitch for that. And with me once again is Clay Zig. And Clay, welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be back. It's a good day to look good, Sean, just like last time.
Oh, of course. I mean, I can't say we're the two best dressed because I'll tell you what, Crispy Later's going to give us a run for our money. However, we are the best dressed right now. And that's what's the important part. So, as per usual, another great weekend of Rocket League. I don't know. I can tell you from my experience, I go the whole week without any Rocket League. So this is my peak hours of watching this game. And where is the best spot to do it? Right here. And I forgot we can control this now. If we go back to look at last week's standings or bracket, or honestly we'll let production choose whichever one. Alright, cool, we got the bracket. So, semifinals 1, Dave and Friends, who I'm pretty sure are back this week. Llama Champions, who I think that's Team Silence. That could be wrong. Could have been Esports, who unless they change their name, I don't think they're back. Zave NA. Flip a 5-sided coin and you can find one of the Zave teams. Chipotle, who is not here, could have been Esports, that's them again. And either way, though, a very interesting grand final. We had another team show up from losers bracket to win the grand final, which is a best of 5. As you can see there, game 5 you got to. Llama Champions was up 1-0 to start that series. And this just comes to show, if you go to the losers bracket, do not fear. You can still get your prize money. And then, now it's a great time, you can get points. When you get those points, this is what happens. The Season 1 standings. Could have been Esports, 27 points. Team Silence, 24 points. Team Silence Academy, 22 points. Plate Up, 21 points. Llama Champions, 20 points. Latam, 18. Then you have the Invitational cutoff right there, and a few other teams down there. Passion, 17. Zave Esports, 15. Zave NA, 13. And Mao with 12. So, however, you can always get yourself, I'll send it back to Clay in a second, don't worry guys. I will just give you the list of this, and then you'll get the actual Rocket League player to tell you how the game works. Week 1, you get those points. Week 2, I'm just going to skip all those. Week 5, February 28th, that's right today, that's us right now. You can get 29 points for first place, 22 points for second place, 15 points for third place, 9 points for fourth place, 6 points, 3 points in 1 point, 5 and 8th, 9th to 12th, 13th to 16th. Now, as you see, those numbers keep going up per week basis, which means show up next week, even if you get, I don't know, 5th place. Sure, you got 6 points this week, which you'd also get it next week as well. But let's say you then jump up and get 2nd place. Boom, 24 points instead of the lazy old 22 points you would have gotten this week. However, do not disappear after you play once, because you will probably get overtaken. I mean, unless you get first, I guess, then you're in a pretty good spot. But if you don't get first, keep showing up, be consistent. You make it to the day 1 showing, and who knows what happens? Like we saw, people show up from the losers bracket and they win. So don't think your whole thing is over the second you lose. You're good. Trust me.
Yeah, and like Sean said, like points, as the weeks go on, points just get bigger and bigger. And like you said, could have been's not even in here today, so we could see someone overtake the first spot on that. And Sean, I don't know if you remember, could have been is the last game we casted 2 weeks ago, and they looked rough. It just took one bad series to make them lock in and bring it all the way back. And now they sit in first for the time being. And we'll really just see higher level Rocket League as we go on, I believe, because people really, I think they'll understand that points do matter early on, even though they build up over time. You got to keep building them, or it doesn't really mean anything. If Could Have Been doesn't sign up again, they'll drop dead to last probably.
100%. And it only takes one good series to find yourself right in the runnings. So you never know. Rocket League is a game where one mistake can be fatal or could not matter in the slightest. And Clay knows a lot more about that than I do. He's a lot better than me, trust me. So this is what they do. They get me because I could talk a lot, and then they get the other person because they could probably talk a lot too. But they're also really good at Rocket League, and that's why you need a balance of all things. So that's where we find it. So there's a few good teams in here. Team Silence makes their return. Zave Elite. Usually all their teams are pretty good. UTSA Varsity, respect. They show up a lot to these tournaments. They're like an OG. I think they were here week 1. Dave and Friends makes another return. There's a few guys in here I don't recognize. Anyone back there? No, we've got the Goobers showing up. Solus Path. I don't know which team that is, but they like to show up. UTA Fusion. Interesting. I feel like I've seen those guys before. There's a lot of teams here. I don't know if this is our biggest one. Production could probably tell us if it is, but it's up there. This is a lot of teams.
Yeah, and the thing is with Sean, he's way better at managing the teams. I have no clue who's returning and who's not. I can just tell you the mechs and who makes the bigger mistake. We saw a massive whiff last week, and that team ended up going to the semis, I believe. But yeah, this is one of the biggest tournaments we've had, and hopefully if we keep getting more teams, we can do multiple pools. So sign up. It's essentially free money if you're good at the game, and even if you're bad at the game, you gotta get better somehow. Ranked obviously isn't always it, but you never know how it will really end up for you. You just gotta keep grinding and just dig deep.
I got it. Watch this one. You can also join our Discord if you are a solo player, because I'm sure rank stinks when you play by yourself. So you can join our Discord. You can find players. We've got channels for that. You can find probably people who are already on teams. And I'm telling you, this is the place. The Discord is the place to do it. That's where you can really people have their ranks and everything. I mean, you guys probably know a lot more about this than I do when it comes to looking for teams. Because I can tell you one thing: I never played ranked by myself on this game because I'm smart enough to not do that, not torture myself. So, but we're gonna have a good old game coming up soon. Oh, it's right up there. So UTA Fusion versus Levitate Gold. Is that University of Texas Arlington? All right, cool. And then Levitate Gold, who sounds really familiar, but we've been doing this for a long time, so names just kind of get mixed up in the bunch. But the only thing is, hopefully it's a good game. No bias towards either team. Usually I try not to bias any team unless it's like who are those guys that we do sometimes? Solus Path, those guys. And I think we did a Zave one. So, but I'm not gonna bias them in this tournament. That's $100 on the line. It's not my $100, so I am picking and choosing who it's going to. But Clay, we're gonna see as we get to go on. Hopefully we get some good games. We have you here for the mechanics and everything, like you said. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, like they always say, coaches don't play. Sometimes they cast, I guess. So that's what we'll go with today. So I'll be nitpicking, but I won't go too hard on someone. But if they mess up bad, I'll let them know. But that's nothing personal. I'll stay as unbiased as I can. And we'll just hop into the game whenever they're ready. And I think it's showtime.
I'm sure. What on earth is going on? All right, well, just to give a shout out, one of the kids who are on my basketball team are watching. I'm not going to say his name, but he knows who he is. And if he does find a way to chat, because he's a little bit of a dummy, I think, and he says something about some not being verified. But if he figures it out, you'll probably know. Anyway, Banag is watching. Really? Banag! Good to see you again. Anyway, are they in the tournament? Banag, what are we doing? You're here all the time. Banag. I mean, they'll type to me. They've gotten on my case before because we used to call them Bang on accident, and they weren't a fan of that, which I can understand why it's not their name. But, right.
Well, we'll have to see. Your basketball team's going to have to take a vote. Oh, sorry. I think I cut you off.
No,
I was going to say you're
making a joke.
Your basketball team's gonna have to vote on who's best dressed of the day between us two, and then I forgot who you said's coming on later. Who's gonna give us a run for our money?
Crispy usually gives a pretty good fit. Crispy usually he's with you. He's in the
okay.
tie party. I don't wear the tie.
Oh, I'm gonna have to up my game after seeing him. We'll see.
but he usually goes with the. I think he usually goes black suit. You have the blue. I don't know. It's gonna come down to taste on this one. I just don't have the ties. So people like ties.
I like what you got on. I like it. It's original. You've got 2 ties, but I don't even know what. I don't know what that is fully, but it looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just warn you now. The kid's they'll vote for me. Whether I could have, I don't know, like a skydiving suit on for a wedding, and they'd vote me for best dressed.
Please put a skydiving suit on next time you cast. I think you should. You might have to.
One. I don't have. I have a Patrick suit, which you got here a little too late to see that one. But if we play the right promo, it would be in there. That one was interesting for the Halloween competition. That one was fun. I don't really got any other costumes though.
Yeah, the most I got for fun-wise is I got my 2 props today still, and I got a cowboy hat somewhere hiding in the dark. So we'll have to bring that out. Yeah.
It's getting warmer. I don't know where you reside in, but it's getting warmer on the northeast. It was like 20 degrees 3 days ago. Today it's 50 degrees. So the world keeps spinning. I don't know how that temperature works, but
yeah. Well, I live in the Midwest, so we'll probably get snow in the middle of March, and then it'll be 90, and then that's just how it is, though. And I'm going to be dying of heat stroke, I think, if it gets above 70 in this thing. So I'm gonna have to correct my AC for future broadcast, I think.
Don't worry, I've had to change my outfit mid-thing to short sleeves before. It happens. It happens. Because the temperature is going to be just, I don't get it. But I heard if we're trying to kill some time, I don't know if the eSportian message can play. But unless the game's coming up soon, you can rifle us to that one. Oh, never mind, it's right there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have Random Shy 26, Phantom MK, Carry Boy. I'm just gonna say that. Oh, speaking of Carry Boys, let's go to the first game of the live stream. Okay, and there's eSportian right there, off the ceiling, little deke, finish it. Nor a little bit of an interesting contest, but you know the hands are probably warming up a little bit still.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cold start for everyone at the beginning, I believe. So we got. Let's see. It looks just like people are just trying to figure out what they're doing. I didn't really get to see the first goal. It happened so fast. So we're gonna see how these guys kind of take it up as they go for a reset and puts it back to the mid. You know, is it Jurassic, I believe, is trying to contest on the wall.
I got messages. Carry Boo, I think.
Carry Boo. That one. Okay.
Good to know because I got that one wrong.
Oh, it looks like a little carryover. I'm just gonna drop it in for random. And it might just be a little bit of a poor defense, and I didn't really see the boost meter. He had full boost, and I guess he just couldn't quite get to that one. Oh, okay.
Well, teams on the wrong side. Interesting. Anyway, so, a quick 2-0 for. Oh, wait a minute. So that's a 2-0 for Levitate Gold then. Wait, don't be a 3-0 for kickoff. Okay. Whew, that was a little bit close. But I mean, so far, what's your analysis of the game? We've seen a little bit of some shaky defense, but I mean the offense has looked patient and pretty solid for Levitate Gold.
Yeah, it's a lot of solo plays and there's a pass coming actually from Caribou, and it's a lot of solo plays and not a lot of aggression from either team. It seems like both are kind of wanting to let each other play it out, and I'm definitely going to get confused on who's scoring on what. The teams are on the right side now. Okay, perfect. Well, yeah, what I'm seeing a lot is Levitate Gold is actually just kind of throwing themselves, like leaving a lot of opportunity for fakes for Fusion. And right now it's all just, and that's a big whiff, and it's not quite a 3-0. Just a little bit of a messy start from both teams, Sean. I think that, like you said, everyone's just kind of getting warmed up again. This is the first match of the day, so we're going to see people improve over time, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the best part about this part of the tournament. Like you can say beginning of the thing. Sometimes the games, as you see, everybody missed the ball. Sometimes it's like it's early, maybe you're not getting the best game. But this shows you that even though these are some great players, they still have to warm up. They still have to get prepared. Like people don't show up to these tournaments just ready to go as Norm misses the goal. They don't, like, this is the warm-up period. You never know. Sometimes you get a banger series, but you get to see just the humble beginnings of a tournament when you get these early games. This is what we're seeing. Some people are flying to the left of the goal unintentionally. They have a guy in the middle, but I wouldn't have hit him either, so don't worry. We get to see some air dribbles. We get to see good defense, and we get to see a goal by random shy 26. But this is how you see the comms warming up and everything. And this is what you like to see.
Yeah, Fusion just kind of putting the ball in the right place at the right time, and for some reason, Gem, is it Noir? Jurassic, I'm going to butcher all these names all the time. I think Levitate Gold, just not finding themselves in the best position to defend, and not a lot of shots on target. You just see crossbar, post, everything, kind of everywhere except the goal, which obviously is not ideal, as there's a double commit from Fusion. Put it in the mid. Let's see if Gem can do anything about it. It kind of floats into 6, but no one can connect on it. Drazik just kind of boots up field in. Someone in chat did mention we do have a Dominus, which is kind of a rare car you see in games now. I know 2 weeks ago we saw someone in a Venom, but really you only see Phoenix and Octane. So it's going to be interesting. The thing about that's going to float in for a 4-0 for Fusion. But what I was going to say is what you might see in the Dominus play is they lack in a lot of advantages, but the best thing that you can really do with the car are solo plays and flicks. So maybe I forgot who it was it Phantom has Dominus on? Might actually go for some more solo plays as he warms up in the day.
It is Phantom, yes, it is. I think I used the Dominus in Fortnite. I don't think I used I used Lightning McQueen in Rocket League. So I don't know. I can't. Yeah, the cold car thing, that's definitely a Clay topic. I just see cool car drive forward. That's how I played the game.
Well, Lightning McQueen is the Dominus hitbox, so you're fine on that. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
So, if anything, it's the classier one. Oh, the passing play right into 18. The defense wasn't even... I didn't see anyone on blue on the pass, but it was a good connection. Pass mid for Phantom. The pass back to... Oh, my goodness. That was actually a pretty nice play. I think someone actually got a bump, too, to just kind of rub salt in the wound. I don't think he was saving that regardless.
I think the little overcommit on the pass by Levitate Gold, but nonetheless, a beauty of a finish for UTA Fusion. I mean, team goals like that just are played on the floor. If it was regular soccer, it would have been an offside, but you just be happy it's not. And just, as this is just going to float straight over. Oh, you got to be Levitate Gold. Come on, you got to give us one, maybe 2 for $1. Levitate Gold, 1 minute left, still no goals. As Caribou, I'm said it wrong again, is going to fly up the left side. Random shot 26, who has 3 shots, 2 saves, and 2 goals, already will go ball chasing with 0 boost. Left to retreat, grab the 100. Noir going up, going in, and the ball will not go in the net for Levitate Goal. I mean, they got the moves. There's 2 balls going straight towards the net. They just don't go in the net. As Jem's going to be looking on the right side, can something change? Pinches it on the wall, but yeah, just no backup.
Yeah, I think Caribou is honestly the most mechanical player in the lobby right now. That's what it feels like. Is Random is just going to take it back to his own corner. But as this game is obviously a wash, we'll kind of be looking at game 2. I think the biggest thing, it looks like they're getting better touches for Levitate Gold and keeping possession, taking a little bit more time. Noir flicks it to the corner, looking for a mid-pass, but at the end it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the biggest thing I'm looking for here, Sean, is that... Hang on. Might be a clip. Might be a clip. No, not quite. But yeah, Caribou, as you can kind of tell by just that play alone, he has a lot of the mechanical superiority in the air. So they should keep using that to their advantage if they just want to make this a quick 2-0 series.
Yeah. And it's going to come, like, whose weaknesses is not as weak? Like, Levitate Gold, their offense hasn't actually looked, like, awful. It's getting there. Like, this is truly what warming up looks like, is what Levitate Gold is going through right now. And UTA Fusion, their offense has been very solid. Definitely a little more team play. But it's just the Levitate Gold defense has been shocking, to say the least. It's just a few too many overcommits on the pass. They didn't really have anyone, like, in net. It was just like trying to stop the ball before the shot even went off. And if they didn't stop it, it was a free goal.
Yeah, Levitate Gold, it might just be cold comms too. It seems like there's a little bit too many double commits or just out of position players not being aware of where your teammates are and just kind of letting Fusion run away with the ball. is kind of what it feels like. As we got a beautiful new overshot, by the way. I want to
Whoa.
point out production did a great job on that. But yeah, and that's a beautiful little hat on the car too. You don't see that anymore either. As they take the kickoff, and there's an immediate demo on Levitate Gold's side, and Dominus is gonna put it in the middle. Drazic just clear it. That's what I'm talking about. They need to actually possess the ball, because right now Fusion just has another attack, and Levitate Gold has the no boost. Gem just picks up 100. Is he going for a Psycho?
Oh!
Okay. There's a beautiful own goal. I don't know. Was that the intention going into that? It might have been. It kind of felt like it was a little bit. At first I thought he was going for a Psycho, or maybe he's colorblind.
Wait,
I'm not
that
really
was
sure.
it. Oh my, wait. I like completely. I thought that was a fire goal for a second, and
It was an amazing goal.
It
It
was
just
great,
wrong
but
net.
I just realized it's did it on his own net. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the intention was there, Sean. I think he might have wanted to just put it to the corner, and he turns out just to be insane at the game, actually. I mean, it does help when you shoot on your own net and you have no one defending it, but, you know, 1-0 for Levitate Gold. Their first lead, their first goal of the series isn't really even their own, but they are mounting an attack right now, kind of taking it as a more patient route, but 50 just goes out, and they're low on boost again.
Is the own goal like BM? Like actually they have a 3-on-none here. They will finally get their actual first goal of the game, as Noir is gonna put it in on an assist by Drazis. It's just a full-on fast break. We call that a pick-6 turnover, where you just turn the ball over straight into a goal. I mean, the defense, they can't play defense if the defense ain't set.
Yeah, if it was BM, I wouldn't really say it's a good call, because it's not. They might have gotten 5 goals, but it definitely wasn't. Oh my. Okay, that was just a dunk on him. Maybe a little bit of BMs is what they were going for right after that goal by Caribou. Drazic has no boost on the wall, and all he had to hope for was maybe it goes and he actually owned gold on accident at the end. Nothing he can really do after it hits crossbar into him. But yeah, it seems just sloppy at the end of it. But we'll see. Maybe. I'm still trying to figure out that own goal, because it was one of the better goals we've seen of the series so far.
Yeah, and I'm just like, a goal like that is more of like a power statement. Just say, well, I could quite literally just drive the ball into the net. We don't got to do anything fancy. It is a pretty good goal still. Anyway, but it's just, I'm just going to yam on you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So a good display of, like, we don't need to play the game in a sophisticated sense, but they're still losing because of the own goals. So you don't want. I don't think UTA Fusion should get ahead of themselves and start thinking, okay, we can score however we want. They still have to use this as preparation for later series. If of course they win this game, they still have to think of the future. They can't completely just be like, oh, well, we were up 2-1 as Gem's gonna miss the ball, and a second effort from Drazic misses the net. And yeah, I mean, there's still 3 minutes. There's a lot of time. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's overall just everyone's kind of diving at the ball. They're reading the ball and just chasing it rather than reading what your opponents are going to do. As that was almost a really nice angle. Gem should get this 100 boost, but he just gives up the ball to Phantom, but doesn't have a lot of boost. But yeah, they're just kind of, I don't want to say ball chasing necessarily, but it's a lot more ball chasey than reading your opponents, which you kind of need to do if you want to, you know, defend or score. As we saw, Levitate Gold might be up by a goal, but they had a nice opportunity to go up by 2, and they just kind of missed the ball because they didn't really know what to do with it. They had so much time and space, and they just decided to give it back to Fusion.
I think, you know what, it's coming down. Draz is looking for a goal. It's coming down to angles. Like, they're in the right position to score, but the ball just isn't going the right way because they're not taking the right angle. They're making the moves, but they just can't get the finish. This goal is going crazy close. It's gonna be random shy of 26 as he negates the own goal. I think was he the one who scored? I think he was the one who scored the own goal.
He was. A little bit of a redemption shot as Gem just backflips and leaves the left and middle side of the net just completely open for an attack. Well, we have a tie game with 2 minutes left. I mean, it's really anyone's to take because. I'm not seeing really pure dominance from anyone. You know, 3 of the 4 goals were scored by a Fusion player, but that ball is just going to drop in the mid. He has to pre-jump him, actually, and a beautiful little read save on that. Gem's going to go down, try to pinch it in the mid, but just leaves it open in another 0 boost Drastics, but Random just decides to go for a bump. I don't know if that was the intention at first, but didn't pan out, and that might just roll in if Nope, sorry. Thought he was a little bit lower on boost. But yeah, it's just a lot of ground play right now, and then whenever the ball gets popped up, it's like 6 people just looking at it in the air and in awe, thinking that it's, you know, a solar eclipse blocking out the sun, I think.
I just, I'm very shocked there hasn't been any demos, because if I was playing, as Caribou tries to get a little bump in, because if it were me playing this game, I'd just be hot. And I'm saying the ball could be in my goal, but I'm just going to go demo somebody for the love of the game. As Caribou's going to take the lead here. 3-2 with a minute left on a rifle from way outside. Goes into the top right side of the net. Drazix with a very poor clear. And that's the angle we're talking about right there. Puts it into that bottom right, middle right side of the net. Defense couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, honestly, Caribou is just the MVP of both games so far for me. I don't know. I think he has at least the one goal. He might have had another, but he just kind of understands a little bit more than the other players, and that is all they really need. Is that net is open, but it's kind of a weird angle. But Caribou's going to go up the wide. He's going to go for some reset, maybe. Nope, just going to try to stuff it in again, dunk it, and ring. Oh, the reset! And that is a tragedy. He had the mech. He had it, but just couldn't really connect. That was kind of an awkward shot for him to take, but that ball is just going to kind of float in gently as 30 seconds remain in this game. And Levitate Gold needs this goal, and it's in! Oh my goodness! Caribou can't connect and put it on the backboard. We're all even with about 23 seconds left in this game, and a beautiful shot by Drazix, I believe.
Did somebody, I know he's saying it, but did anyone else besides Kenzo say overtime? Because we are 24 seconds away from, in the first series on the stream, going to an overtime. Random Shy is going to try and back it out and get something. 15 seconds left. Gem, who's had a rough series, and if I was to tell you otherwise, I'd be lying, as no one's going to be in net. Drazix on the left with the ball, tries to get a pinch, doesn't have it. Goes in towards the center. Drazix still following. It's going to be Gem going down the middle. It's going to be popped up by Phantom. Gem keeping it up. There's the demo. Willis said demo, said it's overtime. No. Random Shy sends it down the middle. 2 in net, 3 in net. That will hit the floor, and we will go to our first overtime of the day.
Yeah, Levitate Gold forces the overtime last minute, or literally last minute, as Gem has to pop the ball up in the air and kind of puts everyone into an awkward spot. Levitate Gold, if they were to win this game, the biggest thing, and that ball's just going to float in. No, it doesn't. As Drazix brings it back to the corner, no boost for him. They're really not managing their boost wall at all, and that might just end it here. It's top corner. Yeah. I couldn't even really finish the thought I was going with, and I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day, but just another poor ball from Drazix, and Gem is too late to it, as the third player is just unable to connect, even though it was in the vicinity of saveability.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we knew, I think UTA Fusion was the better team. But Levitate Gold, well, actually, I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. It wouldn't have gone to overtime if there was no own goal. So,
yeah.
But better. That's what you want in the early stage. I mean, they'll go to the lower bracket, and for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I know there's a couple of them because people were in the chat that know my last name. I know it's right there, but not many of them say it. So I know who you guys are. Anywho, for those of you who are first time joining us, the lower bracket is a best of 1 elimination. If you are a basketball fan, it is like March Madness. If you're a football fan, it's like the playoffs. If you are a baseball fan, that's too bad. It's like the old wild card. Not the new one. And hockey, I don't watch hockey, so I'm like,
wow.
Like that. Clay's got that. Do you watch hockey, Clay?
I love hockey. I got the Blues Cup right here, and we are terrible, so I'm just gonna drink my own water.
Is there a best of 1 series in hockey?
No, they're all. It's 4 best of 7s.
Okay.
Brutal.
So, and if you're an NBA fan, also too bad. So sad there's no best of 1s. So, anywho, you go to the losers bracket is a 1-game elimination. If you manage to get to the losers final, it is a best of 3. The only best of 3 in the losers bracket. The winners bracket is always a best of 3 until the grand finals. The grand finals, whoever's coming in from the winners bracket has a 1-game advantage. The best of 5, of course, that's the win all take all, but you have to get there first. So Levitate Gold will go down to the losers bracket. UTA Fusion will stay in the winners bracket. And I don't know if we have another game loaded up already, but I know we gotta get to a... Well, actually, before we do that, Clay, anything that stood out to you, or was it just Caribou?
It was basically just Caribou. Fusion really needs to, if they're wanting to go far in the bracket, they just need to pick up the pace and then focus more on the air play, because that ground play is not going to work later on.
I'd say, like, even I know 90% of Rocket League is in the air. Okay, is in the air. So you just... And that's where it's going to be as more technically sound, I think, as far as I mean, the best Rocket League is saved for the end, but you never know. But I know we have a very nice little ad from Esportian, and we will also, they'll probably play that, and then we'll go to a break. So me and Clay will be back in just a few minutes. Everyone take care. We'll be back, and don't go anywhere. Prod send us to break. Okay, and welcome back to, what week is it again? Rocket Rush Season 1, Week 5. I've been doing this for a while, you all just have to trust me. And welcome back, Clay, our professional Rocket League player, next to the Peak Gold caster. So, we've seen some interesting starts to this week's Rocket League tournament. We've seen a little bit of trolling, some great goals, and some struggling. But that's the whole thing with the beginning of the tournament, is you see just such a wide variety of play. Now we have the Goobers versus UTSA Varsity. If you don't know who UTSA is, that is University of Texas South Arlington. I think we have at University of Texas, Arlington, whatever. They're college teams. They know what they're doing. So far, so good for them. Usually they have a little bit of a struggle, but we'll see if they struggle here as we get a beautiful, nice view of the Arlington. I don't know that. Anyway, so we are going to get straight into it. If I were a betting man, which I'm not, so we're on a good start. But the college team, so far, so good today. What do you think we're going to get out of this one play?
Yeah, any team that names themselves Goobers is actually probably going to be a high energy, high fast gameplay. So I actually expect a really back and forth game from college, and especially with someone named Dane Bramage and Pre. I think it's going to be pretty exciting actually. And that, and something little you could probably notice is just how they flip their cars. There's already a level of gameplay in that we did not see last series. So I'm expecting a little bit more passing, a little bit more mechanics, and a little bit more aerial play out of them.
Oh shoot! Wait, UTSA is Texas San Antonio. Hey, we've had a few of those guys. So and it's gonna be Lexi going airborne on them to score the first goal with just under a minute off the clock. 2-on-1. Count the numbers and count the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little double tap for who was it, Lexi, and it was not an easy angle at all. It was basically right against the crossbar. Kind of, I think, caught Goober sleeping a little bit, as it's good defense from Salt as well. Production just told us that UTSA actually has a lot to play for. They said they're in 3rd place right now, so 13th place. Well, same thing. Sorry. But 13th place, you just keep getting points, and you can easily climb up out of the leaderboards because there's a lot of people that did not return as Lexi goes for, and just stuffed it in by Noctiv. Lexi went for a reset, didn't have a lot of boost, so his teammate just came right up behind him, and Pre just did not know who was really shooting it. He did get a touch on it, though, but it wasn't enough for someone coming at him at 50 miles per hour.
All I can say, speed doesn't slump. So they're just firing the ball over towards the net of the Goobers and forcing their will upon them. As Lexi's looking towards the net, it's going to hit off of the little in-between on the ceiling. TTV Nocturne down, Nocturne with a dime to Lexi. 3-0 with 3:34 left to go. Little dime off the top. Heezy straight onto Lexi. And look, that's the angles we're talking about. I don't want to throw shade at the last series, but this is what we're probably going to see a little bit more of going forward, but you never know. Maybe those teams before are going to see this and say, all right, we were just trolling a little bit. We'll step up now. As the Goobers are going to look to try and make some sort of counterattack. They need to get themselves on the board.
Yeah, Goobers was really just kind of having an over amount of pressure in their half, and it's hard for them to take a breath, really, and get the ball possession that they need. UTSA is doing a great job of just maintaining the pressure and not letting the Goobers get better touches on it, as they're just kind of flailing and needing boosts as they go along. But they're getting some more clears after the 3rd goal. I think they're a little bit more settled now. I don't really know. I'm just going to call him Dane, I guess, is the best way to put it. I'm not saying the whole name, and I'm definitely going to confuse myself, but they just need to really open up the scoring, as Ale might have a shot on that's going to go up for Dane, as he's going to get 50 in the middle. But yeah, Sean, I think the UTSA guys are just need to keep playing their game. Obviously, they're up by 3, so they don't really necessarily need to keep scoring, but pressure, passing, anything to waste time off the clock is kind of the game plan from this point forward in Game 1.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a little bit more violence. A great pass comes in from Salt, and it's an even better finish from Noctiv Rocket League on TTV, but don't go there. You can stay here. But Salt, I was just about to comment. They're playing their roles. You can see these guys have roles. You have Lexi. You have Noctiv. Those guys are in the front field almost the whole game. But Salt is is patrolling. He's just watching everything unfold. He's being reactive instead of proactive. And when you're simply playing the defense, sometimes you can afford to do that. As Dane's coming in, and there is Salt on cue to try and get a clear out. It won't get cleared out. Oh, wait a minute. That was Ale that sent it to the right, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, Lexi gets an awesome save on that still. We'll get the credit where credit might be due. And Salt, there he is right in. He's going to send it right back towards his goal. And Noctiv's also there, but Salt playing the defense, won't get clocked for a save, and will still not really be able to clear it out, but UTSA sent back to play defense.
Yeah, Goobers just kind of seem a little kind of on edge. It almost seems like they're double committing. They're not really getting the best touches right now, and it might not even be nerves. They're just not really prepared for what Salt is trying to put in the middle for him. And like you said, they're playing their roles. They're not over-aggressing as he puts it to the backboard. Salt doesn't have boost, but he does get it down. Lexi puts it up 50, and no one's there to put it down. Dane tries to put it out right, and the 50 goes up. There's no one back. Ale comes into the rescue, and Salt should have a pass opportunity. No, he goes for the 50 and gets absolutely bodied for the corner. He has a shot on net, and Goobers cut the lead. They're only down by 3, and 1 minute, 15 seconds is plenty of time left to come back in this game.
100%. Rocket League, the timing on Rocket League is not real timing. It's like when you're doing a plank. A minute when you're doing a plank is not a real minute. So UTSA varsity still has to be a little careful here. Another goal for the Goobers in like a couple seconds, as we're gonna actually see that come to life as as Pre's gonna put it into the net, and just a defensive breakdown and an overcommit on the kickoff leads to now a 2-goal deficit with, just like we were talking about, 1 minute on the clock still.
Yeah, the Goobers are heating up, and they're coming for the throat, it seems like. There's no need for a pre-flip or anything there. He just kind of stuffs it in. Ale backflips, though. It kind of kills their momentum a little bit as Lexi puts it up to the wall. Salt should have a flick. He gets it to the mid. Dane puts it back up. They should have another opportunity here as they're kind of awkward. UTSA kind of leaves it in, but Pre was too far up. He doesn't have boost. Ale, good drop back to actually recover on that because their backfield was just completely open on that as it's a 1v1. Lexi, Dane, flick. Dane tries to do his best, and he just gets bodied, and the difference is back to 3. But Dane actually did as best as he could, really. He just wanted to put it to the back corner, but Lexi prevented that and just left in the middle for Noctiv.
And a good follow by Noctiv as well. Sometimes you see teams, they just collapse back and say he's got it, but smart by Noctiv to stick with his teammate Lexi just to put it away.
Yeah, and it's both. I think as the game goes on, both teams are actually adapting to the play styles really well. Goobers might have just gotten a little bit overconfident in their positioning and kind of left their back door open just for, a 1v1 opportunity that turns into a 2v1. I think no one's really back except Pre. He's going to go for a bump, and he slides under, but a beautiful save! Pre and Ale just saved the day as the brick wall comes out. Ale has a one-man to beat. I don't think they're going to have enough time for this game, but it is a better sign for Game 2 to come, as UTSA will take Game 1 of this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, but like you said, this is a good showing in the last minute 30. If it was just that, the Goobers won. However, we had
cut it to 2.
And it's cut to 2, exactly. If it wasn't for that real shaky opening, I think UTSA just came in a lot hotter than the Goobers did, and the Goobers just couldn't quite pull it back quickly enough. A little, too late, but no problem, because that's why you play a best of 3 on this side of the bracket. So I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I'm not going to go out and say the Goobers are going to win the series or anything like that, but now they have a much better shot compared to that first 3 minutes.
Yeah, not in a biased way for either team, but I kind of want to see a Game 3 just so Sean can keep saying Goobers like he likes to say so much right now. I think he seems to really enjoy that. He does have a patch suit, so I guess that also lines up with the personality there. But yeah, Goobers looks pretty good coming out of the second half of the game. The first half, they didn't even do anything wrong, really. UTSA just kind of played the better game at that point.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, UTSA just... That's why you have to have a hot start, because then you can, if you fall back a little bit, there's at least a pillow to catch you. If they had started off 0-0, maybe they look good, but didn't actually. Because Bree is gonna just kind of chuck a break. Ale's still there to clean it up though. But UTSA has had excellent reads this whole series so far as Dane. Yeah, we'll just walk past that one. As it's gonna get centered, but Ale here is gonna start a counterattack. Goes to Noctiv, who is not on the same team, just in case you're wondering. And already, good start. We have gone 30 seconds without a goal, but hold on a minute. It's going to be Pre who's going to put it in the first time. The first time didn't go. Second time starts it, which is...
my goodness. Dane knocks Noctiv into his teammate to get a double bump that just left it completely open. That's absolutely tragic if you're UTSA.
I mean, just a good start, though, for the Goobers. I mean, this is what you were looking for if you're them. You wanted to start off a lot better than last game. They strike first. Oh, my goodness, Salt with a great secondary effort. I don't know if he planned it. Let's say he did. Let's just say he's a really good player, and that's exactly what he wanted. Flies just right back after the save, ties the game just as quickly as they had lost the lead.
Yeah, both teams are just throwing absolute haymakers right now. Goobers are focusing on the physicality and the bumps and the, I don't know if they had any demos yet, but that's what they're going for. And UTSA is just using the back wall as a fourth man for them at this point, because it just seems like Goobers really can't defend it. That's the second double tap of the day so far. But that's just something that they're going to both have to adapt to. UTSA is going to need to play a little bit more in the air, making the bumps harder, and UTSA UTSA still has the better game plan, I think, and that might ultimately lead to them getting the win. But yeah. Dane takes a 50.
And I don't know how you would compare. I mean, in other sports, of course, there's an out of bounds, but this would actually be closest to hockey. And would you go out to say, in other sports, the out of bounds is considered another defender? Would you consider the wall part of the defense in a sport like hockey as that is awfully close to a goal? But when you can use the wall to pinch, possibly start a counterattack, and get out and run, would you say the wall can really be your friend?
Yeah, honestly, ever since I really started playing this game, I said it's more like hockey than soccer, really, because you're in an enclosed arena. And in hockey, you use the walls to your advantage all the time. There's a term in hockey called the forecheck, and that literally just means you dump it to the back of the net and then you crash the boards to make pressure. So the boards really are your best friend, and obviously what you want to do most of the time is take the car off the wall so you use less boost. So yeah, definitely using the ceiling and the walls to your advantage as a fourth man is the best thing you can do. But sometimes the walls aren't good to you and they have some bad reads, and that can actually end up opening the play for you.
Yeah, as we're seeing a little bit of it's hard to say stalemate in Rocket League since there's always something going on. But we've got a bit of time without scoring, about 2 minutes actually on the clock, I think, since that. Please don't score now. Moron. But anyway, it's a good attack here by the Goobers, and it is not an open net. It's going to be saved by Noctiv. Salt looking to play off the wall. Is going to miss a secondary effort, maybe on purpose, maybe not, but he will snag the boost. Kind of the only guy on. Oh no, I'm just kidding. His whole team has boost. And Lexi, who's played a pretty solid game, 2 shots, no goals, but this is I think the game we expected to see. Both teams were kind of starting to adapt to each other. The Goobers looked a lot better in this game, as Ailes is going to fly right over, and the ball will be pitched off the 2 cars. Pre's going to take it up the wall. Is going to get it past the player on UTSA. He's going to play this patiently. Oh, yeah, he's just going to go straight up, though, instead of to the side, and it will get rifled back towards the Goober side. Ale playing defense will be able to save a demo onto Pre. He will get reset. Ale going down the middle, going in. Noctiv will miss the ball. It has the secondary from Salt. It's just whose defense is going to crack first. Whose second guy is going to miss. That's what it's going to come down to. Yeah,
and it's a lot of 50-50s in the midfield, and that's kind of where you see the open
up.
No,
it's going to roll straight in!
Dunk from Noctiv. I was about to say 50s are kind of your best friend if you get them, and it seems like kind of got one there as Dane just gets absolutely bodied by Noctiv, and Pre was not ready for the defensive effort there.
The second overtime comes up in chat. The third goal goes in. Kenzo is not having anything go his way at the moment. Granted, he didn't have the one game, but you never know. A minute, like we said, a minute is a long, long time. It just depends who has time on their side.
Yeah, Goobers are going to need a goal in the last minute of the game, and really they're just going to need possession. And if they let up one more goal, it's a lot harder to come back from 2 than 1, but Dane puts it to the side, and they just can't really seem to get out of their half right now, but their defense is looking good as an opening. It does clear. They have a 2v1 as Dane's going to go for a demo. He doesn't get it, and Pre tries to get the boost to just stall, but Salt has a counterattack mounting right now.
Yeah, I was going to catch it, though. It's going to go into the hole. What a save by Noctiv. Might have just saved the game. There's another one. It's Pre. Good tie the game. 32 seconds left, showing why you do not ever give up on a play. Off a great save by Noctiv. Pre comes in, plays the angle beautifully, has 2 of his players standing there making a wall, and it flies into the net. Now, Kenzo might have a shot at overtime. 32 seconds left to go. Oh, man. That, like we said, a lot of time.
Yeah, this is the game we wanted to see. It's just back and forth, and you really can't tell who's going to get the upper hand. It boils down to mistakes. It boils down to who has the better positioning as Pre puts it up. But Salt actually pre-jumped him to keep it in the half. Dane takes it up. All 3 players are on the left side of the field. Kind of an awkward ball for the UTSA. If they get a counter, and that might be a little bit awkward for Pre, he's going to take time. I think this game's going to go to OT.
He might just send it to OT. He's going to keep it up for himself, but just doesn't have the boost. It's going too far. And there's a Kenza overtime in the top right. What do we say? Or well, what did he say? Because we were kind of doubters. And here we go. This is for game 3 or UTSA varsity moving on. And Goobers entering the losers bracket. We're going to see a little defense out here for UTSA. It's going to drop right back. Noctiv staring up at the sky. Ale and Dane Bramage, whatever. Oh, I can't believe I got that right. Are going to just fly straight into each other as Dane's going to take it to the left. Won't get to the wall yet. We're trying to see a read out of Lexi. Won't have it. It's going to be Pre working on the left side. Ale working on the left side. Many cars on the left side. And it's going to be Ale keeping it on the side of UTSA. Got to play a little defense here. There's technically a shot by Noctiv. I don't know if I go that far. As Dane Bramage gets in it, it's going to hit the crossbar. He had the open net, and he kind of scuffed it. But you never know. Lexi taking it by himself is going to get hit by Dane. Well, the ball is getting hit by Dane as Ale goes up the right side. Salt is there. A little too much straightforward play by the Goobers maybe, but Ale's going to be there to clean that up. Who has the boost? Actually, Lexi's going to have plenty of boost. Now he took both of the 100s. I mean, so far, it looks like maybe a little bit. Oh, Dane Bramage with a steal! Dane Bramage with a steal! The Goobers steal the game on a late... Well, I shouldn't say that. Early overtime goal by Dane Bramage, 18. Cookies out of the pocket, and he takes it out of the jar as Goobers keeps the series alive.
Yeah, Lexi thought he had more time on the wall, and Dane didn't have any of it. He pre-jumped him from the midfield and just absolutely dunked on him to send it to a game 3. And now we have, this is a big game, Sean. This is a game 3. Whoever wins this goes on in uppers. Whoever loses goes down to single elimination lowers.
All I know, granted we've only seen 2 series, but both of these teams, whoever does go down to loser bracket, whether it's Goobers or UTSA varsity, this is a good showing. And what you have to do, we'll talk about it early. I mean, I'm sure it's going to get brought up many, many times. Who has the mentality if they lose this game to keep going through the tournament? But this is the most important game we've seen so far, and this could determine the longevity of either team. Who will go to the winners bracket or stay in the winners bracket, and who will fall to the losers bracket?
Yeah, as Ale tries to get a nice read on there. Goober's having an early attack off of kickoff, which I'm a little surprised about because they had someone get demoed on their team right off of it. But yeah, UTSA might be a little bit bitter about that. They got red twice. They just kept it in their half on a few brutal kind of mechanics. But Lexi's going to have a chance to double tap. He might have the boost to get there. He doesn't. Salt puts it back into the corner. Both players kind of trap as Noctiv gets a dunk on, and now just back and forth. Can pre-jump it? He can! He gets the save! His name's that for a reason. It leaves an open net because Ale's going to steal it. He does! 1-0 Goobers in game 3.
Ale might be stat padding a little bit, but this is a moment where you don't mind 100% stat padding, but he gets the goal no matter what. And the definite outcome is Goobers are winning 1-0 with just over a minute. Under a minute, take it off the clock.
Sean, some call it stat padding. I call it securing the goal, but it's just going to go back 1-1 and as the defense falls apart as another double tap comes in from Salt. But yeah, there's no such thing as goal stealing whenever it's on your team. It just you're securing the goal, even though it was probably already going to go in. But we're level. Less than I feel like it was 5 seconds later. UTSA isn't going to go down easy, and they're probably feeling it right now. Is Lexi going to go for another double? Pre is going to put it in the corner as he blocks his teammate's shot. That's unfortunate.
Maybe
Salt's
plan.
not going to get the double. He does have a shot coming in. That's open. Oh, no, it's not. Ale comes in. An open net, unless Noctiv could get there, he does. Puts it back into his own corner as Pre. Ale needs to retreat and get a little bit of boost as UTSA brings the attack back. Dane doesn't have the boost to go for a double tap. It just kind of boomer ball right now as that's on. Can Pre get there? He can. Woo! The defensive mastermind comes out of the woodworks. Ale takes it. Dane sits under it and he gets Salt just kind of, I don't even know. Did Dane not have boost there? He probably could have beat him to that ball, honestly.
I don't know, but it doesn't look like it'll amount to much as Dane is going to float it towards the net. It's going to be set back. Oh! L. A great team play by Goobers. Taken up by Dane. Thrown off the wall. Pre drives in. Drops it off the floor. L with the finish. 3 players touch the ball, and you get 1 goal out of it. That's probably the best team play we've seen so far.
Pre might be having the series of his life right now. Obviously, never seen him play before, but his passing, his defense is just immaculate right now. As Dane takes it up the wall, tries to put it in the corner. Pre goes up, puts it on. There's someone there, obviously, because it was just kind of a weak shot. Lexi goes up, doesn't get the reset, and Octave's going to take it from him. Yeah, I really think the Goobers just have the momentum, but it's just going to come down to, can the Goobers defense hold up against UTSA's mechanics on the backboard, as it has been for the game 1 and 2.
I think Goober's just going to say, you know what, I don't want to play defense. Let's just keep scoring. As Pre's going to do just that. 3-1. Who needs to play defense when you could just have the ball the first time anyway? 3-1 Goobers.
Yeah, honestly, UTSA is going to be a little tilting trying to get back into this game. They have plenty of time, over half the game left, but it's got to sting whenever you are on offense for so long and you just kind of let Goobers come back into it. Now, I didn't really let them back into it. I'll reword that a little bit. Goobers just kicked the door open and said, this is my house, and I want to go, keep going upper bracket. As Noctive's going to take a little bit of time with this. He has time, puts it up, but loses his life for it. And just going to be boomed back to Salt's in a really bad spot. No one's really on defense against Noctive. This could have been really bad. Salt just not playing anymore. As the goal is just, they're up by 3 now, no. Sean. I think that UTSA might be a little tilted now at this point.
This is where the mentality thing comes into play. Can they get their heads back on straight? Your Goobers, like you said, has crazy momentum right now. And now they can afford to give up a goal. Now they really don't have to play defense. Now it's just attack, attack, attack. Don't even stress a goal. You're winning 4-1 against a team who took you in game 1. So, this is where that overtime win came into just unbelievable placing, because now they have such great momentum. And now the Goobers, looking for goal number 5, won't have it. 2 minutes left. I know we're kind of like a broken record, but a lot of time, as it's going to go towards the left off of a car of UTSA varsity. It's not going to go anywhere close to the net, though. Assault trying to make something, but it just looks like the Goobers are on a better page than UTSA. It is 5-1. Another step closer to a Brazil. This is an unbelievable showing by the Goobers.
I honestly cannot believe UTSA is just kind of dismantling in front of our eyes right now. It was a close series all game, and Goobers just ran away with it after it felt like 2 goals. I'm not really sure what they can do to get back into this game. This might help. Salt goes to the backboard, but is pre-read by Dane, and they're just going to have another attack coming up soon, I think. As that's put on, actually, and it's gets sent back into the net. He did not expect his teammate to make that. It was a beautiful save. But, yeah, it's just kind of an interesting. The thing with esports is I would say it's at least 70% mental, and that's just going to be 6-1. We might see a Brazil here in game 3, Sean.
I would love a Brazil. An early Brazil spells great games for the rest of it. And I mean, this isn't what we expected out of the game 3. We saw such great game 1s and 2s. We've seen so many We've seen such great adaptability from these teams. And what happens? We get a 6-1 so far lead for the Goobers over UTSA varsity, as we are 1 step closer to a Brazil, but the Goobers are about 8 steps closer than UTSA varsity is to staying in the winners bracket.
Yeah, right now it's this game, I'll be honest, it's kind of over. I know 1 minute's a lot of time, but given UTSA hasn't even had a shot on goal, and it felt like a millennia. Well, there's one, I guess, technically. But yeah, it's really just about damage control and what you can bring back. Is this going to bring, is this going to take forward into UTSA's rest of their tournament? Because mentality is such a big part of the game. It's the majority of it, I'd say. You can have a 100%. Team that's not as mechanical or not as skilled as the other team, but if the skilled team's tilting, not saying that about Goobers, though, because they've had some insane team plays that I think is what kind of caused the mentality shift for UTSA.
They just got hot at the right time. You'd rather be hot in game 2s and 3 than only be hot in game 1. You don't want to be a game 1 Andy, especially so early in the bracket. So for Goobers to come out and put this good of a performance on after losing game 1, that shows you their mentality is in the right place. and we are 5 seconds away. It does not look like we'll get the... Wait a minute. Ale wants the Brazil. No, he doesn't. Not bad enough. And we will have a 6-1 win. And the Goobers will move on to the next round of the winner's bracket. UTSA Varsity will move down to the loser's bracket.
Yeah, I would say, and I'm going to go on a limb and say Goobers, if they're just getting better from this point out, they're going to be the team that you're going to want to keep your eye on for the rest of the day, Sean, because they looked good. They got better and better as they went. Obviously, they lost by a few goals in game one in overtime, and then they won by 5 in game 3. If that's a momentum shift, I don't know what is.
It's just, I mean, the perfect story for Goobers to move to the next round. And now you get to take that straight into the next series. So UTSA Varsity kind of has to get themselves out of the hole in the losers bracket. Like some teams, you put on a good showing before you go to losers bracket. Maybe you were down 1-0, and then the second game was kind of a wash, but you scored a couple goals at the end. Like Levitate, they scored a few goals at the end of their series. I think take something with you into losers bracket. The only thing UTSA is taking with them into losers bracket is a 6-1 loss. There's not much that they can. I mean, they could go back to game 1 and say we did this stuff well and such, but I mean, now your momentum and now, like you said, the mentality, which I will second you and say that is one of the most important, if not the most important things when you're playing in games like this and a series like this, a long tournament. So we'll see if they can be stable and kind of catch themselves after losing this series.
Yeah, and they only have to really be better for one game at a time. It's a solo. I think is it single elimination the entire lower bracket until the finals.
Until finals, 1 game elimination. Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, if they just do what they did in game 1, they'll be fine, and they can easily bring it back. But it's just about, are they going to take a minute to reset mentally, or are they just going to kind of rage queue and go into the next game? But, yeah, they were both really good teams, and I think that there is a decent opportunity that they could meet again later tonight.
100%. And wouldn't that be electric? But can't quite do that quite. Yeah, we can always set our prediction. Have we been right many a times? I don't know. Try not to keep count on that one. But we're going to send all of us to break. You guys might get ads or something. I'm not going to worry about that. So, anywho, we'll be back in just a little bit. So, production, send us to break. Okay, and welcome back, everybody. This time I know it's Season 1, Week 5 of Rocket Rush, and we are here for the third series of the day between Españolo Franchutes and Mao. And we're going to hopefully not... actually, no, let me chill. But we might... Mao's a little easier to say than Español Franchutes. So we're going to see how that goes. And Mao has a cat in it. Actually, it's got two cats up there. One took a little more effort to do than the other, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they stole that cat picture. Anyway, so as we get farther into the winners bracket, we will probably get to see even better games. But we got a pretty good series between the Goobers and UTSA Varsity. So the bar is being set higher and higher.
Yeah, Espanol, I'm just going to go with that, I think, if I say their name, and Mal are going to be good. Mal was here last week. I forget, I don't know where they are in the seedings and the standings, but a lot to play for them. Yeah. If they're on the standings, then they're playing for a lot right now. We'll see where they're at. They're in 10th, so I'm not sure where they would end up if they keep going on, but obviously they're making their way through. They're in winners round 3 right now. Next is quarters, so it's a big game. I obviously know nothing about the other team, but a lot to play for, and they might make the invitational if they keep rolling and keep joining these tournaments.
Availability is the best ability. That is key to this whole thing. Every single week, you get more and more points. The points actually scale upwards as the weeks go on, and it's not a stagnant amount of points every single week. You don't get 20 points if you get first place every single time. It goes up to, I think, like 42 or 49 by the end of the whole thing. So if you join, it gives a little bit of a boost to people who join a little bit late. So if you're watching this and you're like, gosh, I don't have a turn you're playing, but I'm like, whatever a high rank is, and I got a squad, and shoot, and we're not getting anywhere in any other ones. So you have Rocket Rush. I mean, I'm sure the point graphic will show up sooner or later again. So you can always show up now. Well, not now. Next week. Please register beforehand. Not at 6:30. And there we go. So 43. So I got both numbers wrong. But point still stands is that look at all those points by the end of the last couple of weeks. And whoo, I mean, I'll tell you from firsthand as someone who's been here for a few of these. Casting, not playing, trust me, as per usual, you don't want to see that. So, people don't show up every week. They don't, to be honest. It's very rare for us to get someone, I don't know if there's even someone who's played in every single week. And week 5, halfway through the whole thing, maybe UTSA is playing the whole thing. And they could keep racking up points if people don't keep showing up. So even if you get first place, you're in a pretty good spot right now. But listen, when we get to week 7, week 8, those 27 points aren't going to hold up against people who have been accumulating them for so long. So keep showing up. If you haven't shown up yet, start showing up. And you could really start racking up those points to get to our biggest money, whatever award, what do you call it?
Cash prize.
Yeah, that's it. See, that's why we have the player here. I was just talking about. And it's like... It's more than $100, I can tell you that. It'll be well worth showing up from here on out, at least. Even if you don't win the 100 here, you could make up for it when we get to that little tournament. So keep showing up, and if you haven't shown up, start showing up. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, and if you have a Rocket League account, Rocket League's currently doing drops on Twitch, so make sure you have those on. Just to add a bonus, these streams are long, so you could probably get all of them just by watching our stream. So let's see.
Look at that.
Yeah,
I feel like I've never seen this before.
It's a nice graphic.
Hold on a minute. Okay, let's talk about it. Network, all-in-one esports Discord. Oh wait, that's because this is new. The looking for groups finder, a scrim finder, a ranked solo queues, start.gg integration, which is the platform you use to sign up for these tournaments, and also check the brackets from past weeks and more. You can use that QR code. The crossover is linked, active deployment, whatever that means. And he also in our Twitch chat, right? And that's actually the most recent thing. It's right there. Oh no, that's the start.gg, but that's still very important. You can't sign up without the start.gg link. I forget if we have the Discord link in the Twitch chat, but either way, both are just important. But the most important thing right now is that we get the series between Español Franchutes and Mao going on right now.
Yeah, we'll see how this game kind of turns out as Español kind of mounts an attack early. And it seems like, it's off kickoff. It's high energy gameplay and going for the goal immediately and boost grabbing as he has 90 boost brow. I gotta get these new players in. So it's Arashi, I want to say, Brow, J. Cole, And then
It's
Mao,
like J.
you got
Cole.
you
I might
got
just say that.
you got Mao on Mao. That's not going to be confusing at all. And Unk and Happy, you know, that's
a
going
little
to be
easier.
those. They're going to be easier names to say, but I just got to make sure I'm emphasizing if I'm talking about the whole team or just the individual player. As J. Cole fakes one out, he gets under one. He doesn't have boost. Gets a 50. He's taking them all on at the same time. He's going to go for the mid pass, but no one's there. As he puts it to the corner.
Glorp by Misglorp. Anyway, we have seen a little bit of a stalemate here as Mao, the player, is going to take it up towards the center. Will right foot up into the air. Looks to play a secondary. Looks to play the Karen. Won't have it. Every single player has missed the ball. Brow goes up. Won't have it. And it's going to be sent over now towards the side of Mao. It's going to be Happy climbing up the wall. Runs out of boost. It's going a little bit close to net as J. Cole's going to be down there. Won't be able to get to the ball. It's going to be Unk centering it. He's not going to have a play. J. Cole is going to go towards the net. Brow looking for something. Hits off the bottom of his ball. I don't know if that's the angle he was looking for as it floats over. Excuse me, crossbar. J. Cole not quite in the spot he wants to be. Gets his boost taken from him like a kid getting robbed by Miss Candy. And just a little bit of back and forth to start out here. I don't know if these teams had to do a lot of waiting before this, but let's go out and say they did. Their hands cooled down a little bit. As Happy's gonna fly right towards the ball. Yeah, I mean, but you still have to. You know, is what's important. You still have to play defense during all this. That's what I could tell you.
Yeah, Mao's going for some pretty crazy plays, and they're ultimately sending two when they shouldn't. It seems like a lot of wall play. It's not in the midfield a whole lot, which isn't uncommon. But Happy's gonna put it up for Unk. He's just gonna boost starve as J. Cole kind of misses the ball. It's an awkward touch. Mao takes on corner. It's a double commit, so Unk can't really go for it. It's off a corner. J. Cole almost own goals, but he gets it out to his own corner as Espanyol's low on boost. Mao 50. He's gonna go for another one. Gets it around him. The passing play coming onto the defensive side just to relieve some pressure. Take it up the wall himself, but puts it into the left corner after getting 50 by Jay. Now, Happy tries to get over, but it's a lot of pre-reading and not a whole lot of fakes going on, which is probably going to have to start coming out from either team if they're going to want to get around the opponent. As Brow puts it into his own corner. Arashi going to play under, just gets his own boost. Brow puts it in the corner. It's a 3v1 essentially, but no. J. Cole just kind of puts it into his own corner. Yeah, it's not a lot of attacking. It's a lot of awkward defense right now, too. Yeah, Sean, it's a Espanyol's kind of. Oh my God!
No!
Second own goal of the day. I didn't even see who did it, but Arashi gets the credit. He's just gonna put it up. Honestly, kind of a spectacular double tap that it's gonna be really. I don't think Happy's gonna be too happy about that one.
Dang it! You beat me to it.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say that.
I had it, but yeah, that's just kind of a rough. He was trying to get up and was under the ball, and he was just in the perfect spot to just sink it in his own net. And they're gonna have to kind of recover off this because it's been a stalemate all game so far.
I mean, this has been some great defense. I could say that for sure. Happy played a little too much defense, and Arashi just sent it towards the goal of Mao. It won't quite get in there. As J. Cole is gonna look, I'm gonna be really trying hard not to say J. Cole, but just so far so good defensively. I know their own goal, but Unk going toward the corner won't have anything. This is gonna float a little bit towards Mao's goal. Mao himself, well, that's right. Mao himself is going to take it towards the other side, not be able to get anything out of it. When we talk about a slow game, this is it's just like it's not even a slow game. There's a lot going on, but it's like anyway, the ball's gonna stay in the middle. There's a minute left. We've had one goal. This is extraordinarily rare for us to see. I think maybe Kenzo would know. Have we had an overtime where we've gone 0-0 before? We might have. We probably have. You never know. But Unk's going to take it up. 40 seconds left to go. With how the game's gone, though, it looks like it's going to be tough for Mao to get a goal.
Yeah, and they're the only ones that scored a goal, ironically enough, on it. If he just missed the ball, if Happy missed the ball entirely, there probably would have been someone else to score it for.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, no,
there's a great save by Mao.
Yeah, both teams are just kind of taking the balls in the midfield and 15. I feel like there's not been a whole lot of quality shot attempts. It's just the one unfortunate play. But sometimes that's all it comes down to. You don't actually have to outplay your opponents, and if it's a stalemate, it's going to come out to whoever makes the first mistake. As Espanyol takes game one of the best of three. Mal gonna really have to recover mentally from that one.
I mean, to find the positive in anything, fantastic defense by both teams. There was no opposing team scored this game. Just Mao scoring on themselves. And Kenzo, thank you for the confirmation. We have had a 0-0 overtime. We're really close to having won this game, but I think Mao thinks. I mean, if I'm them, I still think I'm in a pretty decent spot. They didn't actually give up any goals to Espanola Frances. They just gave up a goal to themselves. So, like they're kicking themselves, but there's at least something to be happy about.
Yeah, as I'm looking, it looks like
Mal
had a mid-game change, so I guess I'll go with Saraki. I guess we'll go. I'm not doing that full legal name. It feels like I'm looking at as a long name, but it makes it a little bit easier for me, I guess, so you won't get confused on if I'm talking about the team or the player. As Unk hits the backboard, but it's an open net. Is anyone there? And he hammers it in by Happy. The redemption arc continues. He puts it in the correct goal this game, and they're up 1-0 for it.
Don't worry, I can say Saraki Glort Mao. I've done DukeCon Rocket League at gmail.com before, and there was another one. I don't think I got that one though. And so when Clay says Saraki, we'll all know who we're talking about. We have very smart individuals in our chat, so I know they'll know who we're talking about. And Mao though, off to a 1-0 start, have already a better game than last time.
Yeah, and it's that's kind of what you're looking for to bounce back off of the start, and excellent defense coming out from Espanyol. Right now, it's still a stalemate, but it feels a lot faster, and there's a little bit more openings coming through as both teams are a little low on boost. Never mind, actually. Most of them have boost. I was wrong. I should have read the side. As Unk is going to wait under for a double commit. I'm just going to slowly fall in the corner as Saraki Glortmal, did I say that right, Sean? Puts it up, and it's in for Unk. He just gets it over both defenders. I didn't even see. I thought someone would easily have that. Let's see it again.
Yeah, goes up. I might have.
Oh, Brow went for a squishy, and Arashi got bumped off the play. And it's a great placement. To be honest,
beautiful angle.
Yeah, now Mao's up 2-0. Plenty of time left, but there's a saying in soccer that a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead to have because you might just get overconfident in it, and you can, momentum shifts with one goal sometimes.
Happy now, he's got something to be happy about as well on the defensive side, and he'll drop it in. It's gonna be Unk dropping it in for his second goal. I kind of need a replay. I was focusing a little too much on the defense. Unk floating through the air. Is just gonna float it straight. Oh wow! Straight into the back of the net. I guess let's say Arashi had no boost. We'll just go with that one. And a good goal by Unk.
Yeah, it was good. I think he wanted to get the reset, and maybe that faked out Arashi at the same time. Just got caught a little bit too far up. As Happy is gonna try to force this in the middle. Jake, I'm doing the same thing. I feel like I'm saying J. Cole every time. I have to hesitate. Arashi clears it upfield. Brow tries, and he bumps his teammates. A one-on-one for Saraki Glortmal, and he's going to go for the bump, and he gets it for it!
On his head!
That's a beautiful play in a 1v1. That's the 2017 Squishy Special. You want to go for the ball, you can't. I'm in the way, and he just bumps him. Scores both J. Cole and the ball at the same time.
Woo! My gosh. Okay, well. I mean, that's how you get your fourth goal. Well, a little bit better than 2-0 now, so maybe they could be a little overconfident. Never mind, Brow's going to score right as I say that, as a beautiful little alley-oop there from Arashi. Kind of sending a message to Mao saying, you still got to play defense, my friends.
Yeah, maybe you just got caught sleeping. You're up 4-0. It's not going to hurt you too much right now, but if you keep kind of not taking them seriously, they're just going to come right back in it. Especially they have they have a game. They do have the advantage. Maybe not in this game so far, but you gotta stay on your toes if you're wanting to take them seriously. As Unk goes up, stream's lagging a little bit for me on my end, so I wasn't sure who had the ball. It's good now. Saraki, not quite able to get it. J. Cole puts it in. You ruined that name for me. I'll be honest with you, Sean. I can't say it without
thinking say it wrong anyway. Let's not point any fingers. Oh my gosh. Well, Saraki Glortmal is going to stare at the ball for a little bit. It's going to be taken up by Jekyll, and he will send it to somebody. He's going to stay on the side of Espanolos Franchise. And the ball's in the corner all right, and Happy lurking a little bit. Has the boost to get back. There shouldn't be any alarm bells going off. It's going to be Unk in the right side of the field. The Siraki Gort Mao kind of lurking in the middle. It's going to be taken off of Happy's head, brow towards the corner. Unk is going to pinch it, slows it down a little bit. Good defense here by Mao. And Arashi is lurking. J. Cole lurking. Happy, kind of all three of them hanging around the air. They're like a little play date over there. And it's going to be Brow to put it in the middle of his goal. Okay. I'm gonna let the replay do the talking because I don't know if I have much to say. What? So it's just good goal. Yep.
Yeah.
Good goal.
Sometimes the post is your worst enemy. In that case, it was as Mal takes a 5-1 lead. Yeah, honestly, Espanol just kind of need to, if they're wanting to get back into this game in particular, they need to do some, a little bit unorthodox plays to try to get around Mao. As their name suggests, you think they'd go for a Spanish kickoff, but I don't know if they've had the opportunity to do that yet. As that ball just going to float in, Mao denied on the goal line. J. Cole puts it under. Arashi can't follow it. Brow doesn't have boost. They do need to be careful on this attack from Mao as he's going to double tap. No!
Oh!
J. Cole comes to save the day. It's just a little unfortunate that the game is not close right now because it might really not mean a whole lot with just over 70 seconds left to play as Espanol mounts a counter as a 3v2. They're going for the bump. He goes for a flick. It's denied. Put it to the side. Sean, if from your perspective, what do you think that Espanol is going to need to do to get back into Game 3 from this point on?
Oh, I think they might have to. I don't think slowing down in the attack is going to do much. But the thing has a great save by multiple members of Espanol and Francis or whatever. I don't know. This is just Mao just playing a great game, and I think Espanol or Francis is just a little bit in the dumps in this game. 5-1 with 30 seconds left to go. Maybe a little more team play. I think they're just trying to solo it up the walls. They're kind of like doing the same thing over and over again. It's not quite working. So I'm sure they're good enough players to try something else. It looked like they have the net. And that's going to lead to a goal. So they just have to take the opportunities given to them. I think they're trying a little too hard to create stuff. They I think, play a little bit more with the flow of the game. Brow's taking advantage of he has a few great finishes this series. So I think they still have a lot to look forward to in Game 3.
Yeah, it's definitely not over. It's just kind of about, being a little bit more regimented and not, it's a lot of just of their mistakes that are kind of costing everything in Game 2, but they get a third. They cut it to 2 for a little bit of the momentum, a little bit of the vibes. But really, what they're going to need to do is get on. You really just need to get under the skin of Mao right now and tilt them a little bit. So maybe a few team bumps, but you don't want to overcommit on them. If you leave one man back, most of the time he's going to get scored on.
Yeah, but I'll go out and say a good showing at the end there. Get the 2 goals. It doesn't hurt you. So just something to go into next game saying, all right, maybe there were some Mickey Mouse goals, but we still got the goals. And Brow had himself to lose in the manner that they did. Brow had himself a little bit of a good game. We saw they could play defense. They had a lot of pretty good saves, but just a few too many mistakes to make against a pretty solid team in Mouse. So just maybe fix those up a little bit. Maybe it's communication errors. Who knows? But this is why we have Game 3s. One team played better in the first game. Now Mal played better in the second game. Who's going to play better in the third game? We're going to find out.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out hot. And to be fair, the Mal goals weren't really, all, easy chip-ins. There was a few bumps to get the way out, and I believe there was a double tap in there. So Espanol, they might play. You can play really well, but if Mal just gets the mechanical play over you, it's nothing to really be ashamed of. It's just sometimes that's how it falls into place. This Brow's going to kind of put it in his own corner. And they're going to march upfield a little bit. Not a lot of boost, so don't want to overcommit here. He's going to get by Arashi. Has to retreat. He's probably going to get the back corner boost. He does, and he beats him. He's going to put it up in the mid. Yeah, it's just a lot of Mal having the pressure on, they're intercepting passes. And that's going to, kind of be the downfall if you don't have the solo plays incorporated as well. So you got to have to mix and match. It's a good save by Brow.
Oh my goodness, and a save by J. Cole. See, that time I did it on purpose, but this is what we're saying though. These guys can play defense.
Yeah, they definitely got the defense on lock at most times as Brow's going to clear downfield. I'm just worried about their boost overall, their boost management, because if, the ball's put in the top corner, a lot harder to save that with 0 boost versus. So as team bumps coming out is another good save, but someone might just have a free shot as Brow puts it down to the midfield. Doesn't get the 50 though. It feels kind of like a mad scramble, but they're able to communicate around it and get the ball out. A 50 goes out to the mid. Arashi, no boost. He might go for the demo. He gets it. As Brow goes up, he fakes it. J. Cole puts it low, but he puts it right into Happy's car. And now it's a 1v1. Arashi's going to get there first and the boost. He has the ball. Happy went around him. He's going to go up, get 50 in the air. It goes down. Arashi just takes the space, puts it in the corner. Beats one, but still floating in the middle. No one's there to counterattack, really. Happy misses it. He doesn't get it. It's a shot on by Brow. Beautiful placement. And I don't know. I think they just thought they had too much time there, Sean. I don't know why he didn't jump. No boost didn't help. And just barely missing that on the save.
Brow's just done a great job of playing cleanup duty. He's just there. He's taken good angles on ricochets. That's where they've scored the most. They just kind of fire it into the opposing side's box and see what happens. They be proactive in that sense. And I think it's just it's gonna be fired and it's gonna be saved by Siraki Glormau. And it's just a beautiful save that will hit almost every part vertically you can. J. Cole's gonna take it on the side, quite literally dead center. And it's going to be gone towards the side. Oh, it's a second goal. It's going to be Arashi this time. Oh, it's all falling apart for now.
Yeah, the Espanyol is really just taking the game and, taking all the advantages that they can. It seems like just a little bit of grouping up from Mao, but the game's obviously not over. Basically 3 minutes left. But yeah, you're just seeing the tide turn. Brow started it off, and it's just really about not overheating and not over tilting for Mao right now.
Yeah, you gotta bring yourself back down to earth. You're good. We said 2 goals in 2 minutes and 44. They scored 5 goals in 3 minutes last game. So you have time, but you can't afford too many silly mistakes here. You can make mistakes, but if you're Brow's gonna score a 3rd goal, and it is looking worse and worse. I gotta see this off the wall by J. Cole. Brow, this is where he's the best, just straight on, nobody in the net, and it's another goal here for Español Franchutes.
Yeah, Brow stays hot. They're just feeding them in the middle, and just no one's cutting them off. Like I said earlier, it's a lot about they were getting their passes cut off, and for some reason, I don't know really what they changed. If Mal is just not cutting them off anymore, or Espanyol is just playing, the passes a lot better. But Brow's getting fed in the mid, and no one is really stopping him. And why would they? No one can stop him. He's just having a day right now.
I think Espanyol, I might have figured it out. Espanyol Franchutes was going too far with the ball, trying to play out of the corner. That wasn't working so much. They're kind of playing out of the midfield now and going like 3/4 pitch instead of going all the way with the ball. They just send it in the middle right where the box starts, and Brow can now read the goal from there. You can see what the angles are being played instead of kind of just having to force the ball into the net from a 1-foot line, which sounds like it would be easier, but you never know.
Yeah, and right now you're going to start feeling pressure if you're Mal, because you have a lot of time left with those early goals. Just make you down 3, and you're going to need them back. You got to have time on the clock to get all 3, as that's going to be an open net for Espanyol. And,
oh, boy.
And now it's 4 for Mal. It's going to be nearly impossible to come back from this one with how Espanyol is playing. Yeah, Mal, it's not like they really fell apart. I think it's just the other team just simply adapted and started using the middle of the pitch, like you said.
I left for 1 second, and now I don't know where I'm at.
Might have lost Sean there for a second, but yeah, Mal is it's gonna be a hard comeback for sure. It's a little under 90 seconds left. Puts it on the backside as Sarake just kind of feeds it back in. It's kind of hard to. Hi, Sean.
Froze again.
But yeah, it's going to be nearly impossible, I think, for Mao to bring this back. And they were playing very well. It's not like they, made a whole lot of mistakes overall. They had a few communication errors or just a few too many positional errors. But right now, it just feels like that's a beautiful shot, and it's just stuffed in by Happy. Yeah, it's not too late. Yeah, I could be eating my words, but 52 seconds left to get 3. As it's a beautiful read double tap. It almost went in, but J. Cole actually was the hero until Happy stuffed it into the corner.
So a little bit of a nervous glorp right now. A little bit of a nervous glorp, but It's just like you said, they're not even playing that bad. It's just Espanyol Franchutes just they had the better game. They came into game 3. They didn't let themselves get too down on themselves. I think them scoring the couple goals at the end of the game before was a little bit of a morale booster. And because I think if they came into this game only scoring that one goal, maybe their morale would have been down a little bit. But like we've said, it's a completely different showing in this game.
Yeah, it's really impressed me. Like we were saying, kind of all day at this point, mentality's it's the majority of Rocket League and esports in general. I feel like, and they didn't let one bad game get in the way in a best of 3, as that's just off the crossbar for Mal, as that's probably going to wrap it up unless they get a pinch goal right here, and it didn't go anywhere. Happy, unfortunately, did not. But yeah, and not to tear Mao down, but Espanyol might, they might have been the better team overall, because the only game they actually, no, I might have been wrong. I was going to say the only game they lost was the own goal, but that was the other side. So I'm going to forget that I said that.
Now you look at that own goal. Ooh, ended up resulting in a lot more. But, as we said, it's not the end. Mal will go to the losers bracket. A solid team. I think they could get some stuff done in the losers bracket. I mean, if we go to break, I'll check the losers bracket and kind of see what's going on. But for Espanyol Franchutes, it could be Franchutes, but I think it's Franchutes. And I hope that, but anyway, a great showing. I should say good, a great showing. Much better, a lot more aggressive in that game 3, and I think that meant a lot to them to kind of just force their play style onto Mao. And Mao didn't really have any answers. The pace got sped up a little more than they could handle it.
Yeah, I couldn't find them in the bracket. I was going to help you on that end. But yeah, they're a good team. They can definitely bounce back. They just got to, work out a little bit of the kinks, and hopefully they're not tilted right now, because that is kind of a rough game to let go. You have game 3, and you're not really able to do anything against Espanyol. So yeah, and I do want to point out, I'm not sure if we have any of their games, but Zave does have 3 teams currently in the quarterfinals upper. So you're probably going to see them on 2 or 3 games here if they pull their weight. Goober's also in the lower bracket that's playing Zave as well. So yeah, really what we're looking at right here is I think it's going to be a lot of familiar teams. So we're going to have a lot of probably high-level gameplay, as we always do, especially later in the day. It's going to be an impressive showing, I think, from here on out.
100%. And unfortunately, you guys are going to have to wait a little bit for that, because we are going to go to a break, but stay around. Plenty of Rocket League to come next.
Psychotics.
Okay, and welcome back again. I'm gonna cool it. No, I'm just kidding. Season 1, Week 5, sponsored by Esport. I don't think it's quite sponsored, but Esportian nonetheless. Combine your passion for gaming with higher education. We always love higher education. 25 video games, 700 play. That's a lot of universities. 100% placement rate. Ladies and gentlemen, you quite literally cannot beat that. Partnered with 25 collegiate esport programs with international student placement agency as well mixed in there. I don't quite know what that means. I'm not international. But anyway, you just listen. It's really cool. I've talked about it on other live streams. Stuff like this, it could get you really quite in the door with something that is growing rapidly and not quite in early stages anymore. But esports is growing. It's not going to beat out regular sports. Maybe sooner or later. But as of right now, it's not at that level, but it is growing quicker than anyone can really read, and it's great to get into it right now. There's never going to be a too late, which is the great thing. So it's a great entryway.
Yeah, and not to keep bringing up any career, quote unquote, that I had, but I did play in college and universities at one point. And I had the opportunity to play Rocket League and volleyball. They only did one scholarship. You can do multi, so I took the volleyball scholarship technically, but I had the offer to do a scholarship for Rocket League at one point in time, so it's there. And I've been out of college for a couple years now, so I'm sure it's only growing. More scholarship offers. Some the high levels that you see in CRL, rumor has it that they offer full rides for some people.
The age average of our workers here keep going up instead of down is what I'm realizing. I just graduated college this year, so we're getting last year. We're getting farther and farther away from the youngsters. It's okay, Naya's 19 or whatever. He's keeping it down himself.
To be fair, all the youngsters play the game. Anyone that's over the age of 20, I saw some RLCS players are how old's too old for Rocket League, and they're saying 2001, 2002. I'm like, okay, well, I kind of give up on ever trying it again. So now I'm just gonna cast the games, I guess. But we'll go with that.
It's like if we were doing Fortnite. These Fortnite players 13, bro. I can't. When I was 13 playing Fortnite, I didn't know how to build. I was using stupid PlayStation 4 controller, looking down like this, trying to figure out what on earth I'm doing. These guys are cranking 90s. I couldn't figure it out. But that's why we're here, like you said. That's why we're right here.
Yeah, speaking of Fortnite, make sure you use code Nameless Esports and the Epic Games shop. Still active as the game is actually already ready. Oh boy, we got Zave and we have Team Silence. This is going to be a good one. We've seen Pigeon before. I've seen Pigeon before.
Pigeon, Resinal, and Lev. Bang. All right, well, just like we were saying, we've seen it before as Lev's going to put in the first goal of the series. We just hit the screen, man, and it's already a goal.
Yeah, its production just informed me that Team Silence has actually gotten a couple points in RLCS. I didn't hear the NA Open one. I believe it was probably the one that just happened this year. So it's going to be a test for Zave Elite. I don't know how much experience they have in the pro scene, but anyone that gets a point in RLCS, they mean business, and they're here to show for it.
I'm seeing some people in chat at 24 and 25. Y'all still beating me up. I'm not getting. Y'all only getting older. That's all I'm gonna say. As Christian's gonna come in here trying to play a little bit of defense. It's gonna be Resinal trying to play it in towards the middle.
Oh my!
Oh, the beautiful go away, Pigeon! Are you kidding me? Resinal with the alley-oop, and Resinal's. I'm sorry, Pigeon slams it down for Resinal dime. There was no way they were going to defend that one.
Unrelenting pressure coming out. I don't know if it was a pre-jump, but it was a beautiful read by Resinal, and Pigeon just strikes it home. It's going to be a bloodbath if they can't stop them. It's just kind of, I don't know how long they've been playing with each other, but obviously at the very least, a couple months, and they honestly, you can just see the chemistry coming out from Team Silence right now as they put it in the mid. Kristen might have an opportunity. It's a 1v9, but Resinal keeps it out of the net as Rome puts it into the corner. Sean, I'm not sure what Zave will have to do because anyone that has an RLCS point, that's above my pay grade kind of thing. And it's sometimes they do things that you just really can't even comprehend comparing to other teams.
Zave Elite, and you gotta keep trying. They can't they can't lose their head. They have to just say, listen, they got 2 quick goals. It is what it is. There's still plenty of time left for us to get back into this game. But I'll tell them from the sideline, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, Sean, how are you pronouncing? You got Pigeon, Resinal, or
I got Lev.
Lev, okay.
I got Lev.
Well,
Rome
cuts the lead to 1. It seemed I didn't really get to see the play. I was focusing on me. I'll be honest. This is a good passing play mid. It's actually a 3-man passing play. How did I miss that? If they ever pull up the stream and see the cast, I'm sorry. That was a beautiful play, and it did not get the casting it deserved from me on that. As they go for a kickoff, goes into the sidewall for now, as Zave should be able to mount a counterattack here. Rome goes up, pops it over 1. Lev puts it. I'm going to pronounce that wrong about a million times, but just can't really keep it out of his corner. Zave Elite kind of mounting an attack right now. That is a big whiff. He had an opportunity to even the series.
Goodness.
Pigeon's going to keep it out of the corner. And yeah, it's just going to be kind of a, blow for blow kind of game, I think, right now.
Oh yeah, this is just going to be a haymaker for a haymaker. And it's just, as Pigeon tries to play it off the ceiling, won't have it quite there. Resinal's going to get demoed, not before sending it into the corner, as Pigeon's going to drive. I should take that. Fly right past the ball. Lev's going to take it on that left side. Resinal's getting himself into the play. 70 boost playing from behind. It's passed it to Pigeon. He can't quite get the goal. Or maybe that was Lev, but I know Pigeon's over there. And Pigeon has it right above his head. Goes up is Resinal. Lev lurking, I tell you. And it's going to be in the right spot as he plays a great defensive play. Resinal, it's a 3-on-0. Pigeon's going to be able to want to finish it off a great pass by Resinal. 3-1. 3-0 on the side of the goal. I mean, look, there's no defense in sight. And the scoreline will be 3-1.
Yeah, Team Silence did what Canada couldn't in the Olympics, a week ago. They just buried it into the empty net, and that could be the difference maker. Obviously, a little less high-stake situation, so the nerves probably aren't as high in that as Resinal. He's going to try to keep it in. He actually gets popped over. Christian gonna put it up, gets 2, maybe get a 3rd. He's just gonna fall on Rome, puts a shot on. Actually, puts a shot off as Lev is gonna go off the wall. Kind of an awkward touch. He's gonna go for a 50 down as Christian comes out of nowhere. Christian, same thing I think in my book.
Same thing.
Rome, it just sneaks into the crossbar. I've seen a lot of defensive plays using their own post. I think unintentionally, I'll mind you. And it's a goal from Christian. The defense is nowhere to be found as he comes in from the middle. I think they thought that Rome was going to take it all the way to the house as he puts it in the middle. Pigeon just sits there in awe of the counterattack.
It's going to be a chess game. It's going to be a chess game between these teams. Who's going to fall for the fakes? Who can make the right read? And we're actually going to have Pigeon lose connection here. I'm going to have to learn, can he rejoin from this? Or are we just going to be stuck here? Okay, he can rejoin. Rome's playing this like it's a 3-on-3. He has, I'm not going to say no respect because that's not really what it is. He has no, I don't really know what the word is. But Lev's going to play a great style of defense. He'll say, I don't know what the
He's back.
He is not, he don't care. Resinal is back, so nothing actually came from it. And Resinal now taking it off the ceiling. Pigeon's going to follow him. Lev in the backfield, leading the play. Kristen's there. Lev, here we go already, is going to take it himself, pinch it off the wall. I don't think Kristen got a wheel on that one, but he's going to take it himself on the left side. It's going to be one back, I think, off a demo. And here comes, there's Kuna. This is the first time I think we've said his name all game. And he will go off the right side. But there's Lev, send it right in the middle. Rome's going to knock it up a little bit. Team Silence playing a little more passive. I think they're realizing they're not going to win this one by scoring another goal. They're going to win this one by preventing another goal. But, as per usual, no one minds another goal.
I might have one right here.
There's that another goal. So Resinal's going to do a great job of, I guess, just hitting the ball and getting out of the way, because that's where the shot starts. Count them 1. Count them 2. And those are 2 guys missing 1 ball as it goes right into the back of the net.
Yeah, Zave really could have, I think everyone was a little bit, didn't know really what to do after Pigeon disconnected. I'm not really sure what the mindset is. Whenever someone disconnects, you just have to, try to score on them as much as possible because you do have the advantage, but that might come to bite them as they only have 15 seconds to get 2 goals to tie it up. And Team Silence, even when Pigeon rejoined, they were kind of on their back foot. Their rotations were off because they had to try to adapt to a 2v3. But Zave, unless they can get one here, it doesn't look like it. It's a good ball in the mid, but he needs to score right now, and that's going to do it for game one. Team Silence is going to take the first lead, and now they're on match point.
Well, pigeon or no pigeon, Rome played it like it was a 3-on-3. He went at it, but they just didn't have. I guess they didn't quite have a backup game plan for a disconnect, which I don't blame them. I wouldn't really think of that either. And just Team Silence has played a little bit better. I mean, both teams played well. This isn't like they won 4-2, you got 2 lucky goals. This is just both teams playing well. One Team Silence being the one that played a little better.
Yeah, Team Silence came out strong, but Zave easily, kind of found their footing early on, even though I don't know if they really knew what they were up against and they didn't expect kind of the mad dash for the net. You saw both goals were very high skill, mechanical, and I think they thought that Resinal missed, and Pigeon was just there already in their face. So I think they adapted well, and we're going to have a good game two going into it.
They're wondering what's on the calendar. Lots of times and dates. I can get to that after. But yeah, Team Silence is going to look to clean out the series and send another Zave team down to the loser's bracket. Rome's going to try and prevent it early. Still has it. Very patient, but good defense by Team Silence. Christian looking up that right side. Catches a little bit back, but pitches it off the ceiling. Has some teammates. It's going to be Kunha looking. Pigeon is there trying to read the defense. It's going to be Rome sending it under. It's going to be Lev with a great save. He's going to take it down the left side. Pigeon with him. Lev does have a little bit of boost. He's going to... Oh, my days! Christian with a save. I don't know if it was actually going into the net. Resinal's going to just fly it in just to get a little something going. As a lot of pressure here from Team Silence, but very well handled by Zave Elite.
Yeah, Zave really just kind of on their back foot, and they're not taking anything for granted. They're in the best position as they can be, but Team Silence has an opening right here. Pigeon goes for team up. That's a little bit of a double commit. Can Rome get this ball? He can, but Kuna doesn't have a boost. He has it on, but it's a save from the back. As Pigeon keeps mounting the attack, he tries to put him in Lev, but he gets 50. That stays in their offensive zone. Lev, kind of an awkward ball to hit. He just goes opposite of 50 as that bounces in mid. He has the ability to score. He might, and it's a beautiful save from Rome. It's Zave Elite is just elite on. It's a mustard. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say anymore. It's back and forth, and mechanics coming out and cooks her pinch. I almost called it a mustard pinch, which doesn't exist. Resinal just takes it to the house. Defense can only last so long before the bricks start to crack, but that was a beautiful transition from offense to defense by both teams.
Wow, and just like you said, the wall can only stay up for so long before it gets knocked down. Team Silence just kept banging on the door like a zombie in Minecraft, and that sooner or later that door was coming down. It's right now Resinal with a beautiful finish.
Yeah, it's really just unstoppable force meets a movable object. It feels like, and right now, it's hard to tell who's going to come out on top. Overall, Kuna kind of puts it in the mid, but Lev is going to be able to read that. He's going to go for a double tap. He might have it, but Rome, beautiful save. He's going to steal the boost, pops it up. He's going to probably try to go for a pass. It's a double commit, not very good communication. Got to have to reset here. Kuna, pass back. Kirsten goes up, pops it. Doesn't get a reset yet. Goes off the ceiling. He has it. Doesn't got to use it. It's put in the corner, but it's saved to the side. Beautiful mechanics coming out from both teams, Sean. I don't know who's going to get the upper hand in this.
Oh, I mean... Team Silence is just fortunate to have the one goal, and they can of course afford to give one up just in case, but they're going to try and put one on here as Lev is playing with the ball. It's going to go off of the card. That may have been Kristen. It could have been Kunha. It wasn't Rome, no. I'll tell you that for sure. I'm just going to... Oh, and now it's Pigeon. He's going to get credit for the goal, but it's closer to an own goal as the defense led to another... Oh, let's just see. Yeah, it just hits off Kunha. Well,
He might have got a dunk on it.
That's really close. That's close. I mean, wow. I mean, just wait with Pigeon to stay with it. A great defensive effort. But I don't think there was much they could do there.
Yeah, like you said, a zombie in Minecraft. I think Kenzo's a little mad you didn't use Call of Duty as an example,
yeah, well,
but...
Kenzo, how many zombies break down doors in COD Zombies?
Riddle
me that one, Kenzo. Riddle me that one.
But, yeah, like we said, it's just going to keep breaking because right now it's Team Silence on the door. Oh, my goodness, what a save. It's beautiful defense coming out, but if you don't have any shots on, I thought I was going to eat my words there for a second. you really can't, stay in the game if you don't have any offensive pressure. You can stall as much as you can and get an opening, but eventually you're going to crack, you're going to lose boost, you're going to lose a lot. As Lev goes for a pigeon, pre-jumped him, he doesn't get it on target. Kuna has open, he has Christian on the left side, but he takes a 50 ball. That's a corner, might pop out mid. Is that in? It is in by Christian. Beautiful read, and Pigeon just couldn't get the 50 on it. He almost had it with a game of inches.
It's the chess match. Yeah, when do you want to choose to give up a goal? Because there's some goals you can't prevent. You have to back up and say, let's just work on the offense. It's still 2-1 Team Silence. They're still going to keep playing aggressive. I don't think they're going to change anything. The way they're playing is working. But I'm curious if Zave Elite, how it's going to be, who can keep up this play style longer, as Pigeon is going to be there. It's going to get sent to the other side. Resinal's there to get it off the wall, but it's going to be Rome who's going solo bolo. Lev's going to take it off the side. Now both, and there's a lot of offense coming out from Zave Elite. Pigeon's going to take it down by himself. A great first touch. Chris is going to take it off the top of his car. He's going to go into that right side. Resinal's going to work off the right side of the wall. Going the right still, he's taking it in towards the middle. Christian there actually is in a good position. Won't be able to find it though. Pigeon on the left side is going to take it down. Has no teammates with him. They're going to play the midfield. Here's Resinal. It's going up. Lev is going to send it towards the other side. Pigeon there lurking. It's going to float. Christian with a good save, but Lev has a second ever. No, he's going to miss it. He didn't have enough boost. Kuna's going down that right side. 1 minute left. Good defense here by Team Silence. Rome's still there. Resinal's going to be the first one to the ball, though, and the attack not quite fizzling out yet. Oh, never mind. Rome missed the ball.
Yeah, beautiful attacks both sides and out. Kuna's going to go to the right side, almost dunk it. I think he actually got a piece of it. Rome puts it in the middle. This might be dangerous. Pigeon has a reset, puts it on the corner, but Rome gets a piece of it. He needs boost. He might have gotten the middle one. Kuna has to play defense, but it's put on his side. I think Silence put it into the own corner as Kirsten has an attack. Pinches it, has a 50. No one's up for it yet. Will Lev be able to get a reset on this and get by the defender? Rome in an awkward spot in the corner. He takes his time. It's put into the other corner. Resinal tries to keep it in. He does it. Pigeon mounts an attack. He has a solo opportunity. He goes up. Will Rome be able to... It goes over Rome. Team bump. And it's in! 3-1. That might be the dagger. Team Silence on... Pigeon just puts the team on his back. He gets the reset over Rome and bumps Kuna. It's a beautiful finish that's going to make it almost impossible without some kickoff shenanigans, Sean.
It was just the solo plays of Team Silence. They're so, with how aggressive they are so patient on their solos. And Lev's going to be there even if the ball was going to go into the net. And once this hits the floor as it being right now, Team Silence will finish out the war and continue up the winner's bracket. Wow. Do not let 2-0 fool you. These is back-to-back bangers. Zave Elite, so far the best team we've seen lose in the winners bracket.
The best team to lose, indeed. That was a great series, and honestly, they could have easily went to Game 3, and Zave could have came out on top regardless. But Team Silence takes the 2-0 win. They move on to play. How do you say that? Nash 10 SSA fan club.
Closed it.
Not sure either. But they do move on to the semifinals as Zave moves down to face UTSA, I believe. And, we saw UTSA. That's going to be a hard team to beat, though, in one of the Zave elite teams.
Team Silence will play, Nash 10 SSA fan club. Fried Rice and Zave Master going at it right now. Zave Premier DQ'd. Guys, is this a funneling tactic for Save Prodigy? But anyway, really quick, in case you're wondering what's on the calendar, it's a Catholic calendar, the Way of Wade, 8085 Ultras, I wrote 505, that's the size because I might buy it later, and then a bunch of basketball stuff down here because I got to keep down my calendar or else I'm going to forget. So anyway, that's what we're going to do before we send it over to our other cast. I think we got some new guys coming in. I don't know, but anywho, thank you all so much for sticking with me and Clay. Crispy, we're gonna see. He might have a suit on, and he might have a tie. I think we're gonna find out. So, anywho, great series, Clay. Team Silence looks like the team to beat right now. But any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, just a great day of Rocket League. It's only going to get better as the night goes on. We are going into, I'm assuming we're going into the winner semifinal match, Zave and Fried Rice. So we will send it out. Thank you again for watching. Stick around for some newcasters. Production, send it.
It's time to launch an all-new season of Rocket Rush.
Played as well over the defense and
Will it be a goal? Oh, it's gonna hit off the court.
Consistent Rocket League competition with no long-term commitment.
Rocket Rush weekly, a second week.
To the third iteration.
Week 4, 5, 6.
The 7th
Week number 8,
9. Rocket Rush 10. Each season will consist of 10 weeks. Don't worry, the $100 prize pool will not be going anywhere. During those 10 weeks, the top 16 teams.
Valley Esports Red.
Tokyo United.
Banana Lovers.
It's Calgary.
Zave Esports.
Team Silence.
Zave Academy.
Banag.
Portuguese Bim Bam.
Get points based on their performance. The later we are in the season, the more points you will get per placement. The top 6 teams by the end will get a free invite to the final event of the season. May 2nd, an open double-elimination tournament to determine 2 wildcards that will be joining the 6 already invited teams. And then on May 3rd, a single elimination best-of-7 tournament where the winner will claim the $500 prize pool and their name engraved in Rocket Rush history. Do you have what it takes to be a champion? Why don't we find out?
All good, and hello ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing on this fabulous week 5 of Rocket Rush? I am Michael Crispy, alongside me is Nate. Nate, how you feeling tonight? How's everything going for you?
It's going pretty good, man. I'm excited to be here. This is my debut here in Nameless, so I'm excited to get things rolling. I know I've been kind of keeping tabs on the bracket throughout the night. I know we have some great matchups coming up here, and I believe it's our semifinals. So we have Fried Rice and Zave Master coming up, which should be a pretty good matchup. I believe I heard you saying earlier that we've seen these teams before. Would you like to elaborate on that some?
Yeah, sure thing. So there are so many Zave teams in this tournament tonight. In fact, we have had Zave Elite come through here. We've had Zave Premier. We have Zave Master, who we're about to watch tonight. Zave Prodigy in the losers bracket, who it was currently making a run to round 7 of the losers finals. We also had Zave Premier, who ended up taking the DQ against Zave Prodigy. Obviously, they're not going to play their own team, give the better team the advancement. Also, Zave Elite is making a run after defeating UTSA Varsity, another team that we have seen multiple times make waves into this tournament. So far, a lot of known teams in this week 5 coming back, getting ready to play. Tonight we've seen Fried Rice, who we're about to watch tonight. An awesome team overall. The team, the Goobers, another great team that we've seen multiple times come back here. Meow Esports, they were a lot of fun to call in week number 3. They're back this week. Unfortunately, they were knocked out in the round of 3. Team Silenced, of course, our week 1 winners, who are making a run yet again here in the semifinals. And if they win their next game, they're going to be on stream, so we might get to see some Team Silenced action. But overall, Fried Rice and Zave Master are going to be 2 teams that we have seen before. It's going to be a very, very good game.
I know, definitely looking at this bracket, I'm going to say my personal pick is going to be Team Silence here. I believe I heard the production saying earlier on today that this team has qualified for top 8 RLCS in one of the opens this year. So they're a pretty strong team. They got Resnal on there as well. I know he's pretty well known in the community, so I'm excited to see how that team progresses. I think they're going to be my pick going into the winners finals before we start dropping down the lowers. So I think it's going to be a great night. I'm excited to see how Fried Rice and Zave Master play. Obviously, I've never really seen these teams play, but I've been hearing a lot about them and a lot of excitement going into this winter's semifinals. So with that being said, I know looking at these rosters here, you've been saying that they have some pretty good runs. Who would you say is your personal pick for this matchup?
Well, for me, it's the same as you. I think, well, for the finals, going to the winter finals, hands down, I think it's going to be Team Silenced. Resnal and Lev, 2 players that have been outstanding for Team Silence in previous weeks. I think they're going to carry them to the finals, and I think for the match that we're about to watch at hand, I really think Zave Master is going to take this one. I think we've seen a couple of these Zave players before in some smaller form and fashion tournaments like Krish, like Fuj, Hesse, all great players, and I really think the finals is going to be Zave Master, Team Silence, and then we're going to see Team Silence advance to that grand finals.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I've seen a little bit of Fuge, especially. I know it's actually kind of funny. I didn't realize he was on Zave Master up until now, and we actually tried to recruit him to a college not too long ago. So,
What college?
I've been working with a buddy of mine at USC Upstate in South Carolina, and I kind of put him in contact. Don't know how that's going. I just kind of made the connection there, but I know he's actually had some potential offers coming in, and I know he's definitely got a little bit of a backing. He's a pretty strong player. He's had a lot of great runs and a lot of great performances in a lot of different tournaments as well. So, you got to be doing something good if you're getting college scholarship opportunities. So, Hezzy, Krish, I've not seen a whole lot of Krish, but I know I have seen Hezzy in other types of tournaments as well, and he's a pretty strong player as well. So I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that one of Zave Master going up against Team Silence in the winners finals.
Yeah, so Nate, just to shift gears a little bit, let's talk about the game coming up at hand. We have Fried Rice and Zave Master. Who do you think is going to be the standout player in this series?
Honestly, I feel like I'm going to give it to Hezzy. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know all these players personally. I haven't seen a whole lot of their gameplay, but Hezzy is probably the one person I do recognize the most, and it's probably for a good reason. So I'm going to give it to Hezzy. I think he's going to kind of be the anchor for his team and really kind of create those opportunities for his team to take advantage of that space and really get an early lead here in this match.
Well, I think for Fried Rice, I think it's going to be Sid Mecca. Mecca has been an outstanding force for this Fried Rice team, especially dating back to week 1 when they were only in the quarterfinals, getting them that extra step. That's how Mecca plays. He really is a presence on the field, and I really think he's going to be a huge impact against Zave Master tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one way or another, I think it's going to be a great match. I think we're definitely going to go to the distance here tonight. I think it's going to be a very close one. And I'm going to say when it comes to goal differential and even game diff, it's going to come down to 1 goal or 1 game in this series. The entire distance, I think it's going to be a close back and forth. I think everything's going to be probably one of the closest series that we've seen tonight. So,
and I think both of these teams, too, it's going to be a true test for both of them. Both teams have amazing rotations overall. They run a 2-1 for the most part, sending 2 players down deep, 1 player on the ball, 1 player to the front of the net, and keeping 1 player up high, and they continue that rotation. Both teams do it super, super well. I think we're going to see some very low-scoring games, and I think that the real deserving person is going to be the team that wins is going to have the least amount of mistakes.
Oh, definitely. I mean, at this level of play, any type of mistake you make can be fatal. Every single one of these players on the pitch is going to be really, really dialed in. I'm trying to make sure they are not the one that makes that mistake, because I've seen it at this level time and time again. All it takes is one singular mistake, and next thing you know, you've lost that game because it can come down to that one single goal that came in. So I think one thing is going to be a key factor here is how awkward can you make your opponents to really make those kind of mistakes. Whether it's bumps, demos, or really cutting back and forth across those passing lanes, if you can take advantage of that field, especially that midfield dominant presence, you can really make your opponents awkward and take that opportunity and make them awkward and have that mistake to take advantage of. If you can force that mistake or force a decision for your opponent, it's going to be an opportunity for you to take full advantage of and cause them to make that one mistake.
Yeah, and speaking of mistakes, our point breakdown is currently up on the stream, and we are currently in week 5 for Rocket Rush. As you can see, there's not much room for error coming into this one. I mean, there's some 7-point differences, some 6-point differences going through the tournament. And once you get to that third through first place, there's quite a bit of space. There's a 16-point gap between first and third place. Huge points to getting you to that getting you to that tournament at the end of the season. On top of that, we're also halfway through our Rocket Rush season. And if for those of you who don't know, day 1, we currently have an open bracket double elimination for our 2 final teams battle it out, and day 2 we have our 8-team single elimination finale, and the top 6 teams from Rocket Rush Weekly Series will be featured in that tournament. So we are super, super excited. It is going to be absolutely an unbelievable display of talent. So here are some Season 1 standings. Could have been Esports, I believe, won last week. And there's number 2, Team Silenced, right up there with 24 points. Team Silenced Academy with 22, Played Up with 21, the Llama Champions at 20, and Latham Thread 18. And obviously the invitational cutoff is there. Zave Esports has 15, with Zave NA having 13. And Meow, a team that was knocked out fairly early tonight, with 12 points. So obviously there's still a lot of wiggle room coming up, but I'm telling you right now, I think if Team Silence wins this tournament tonight, I think they can almost say that their ticket is pretty much guaranteed for that final tournament at the end of the season.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree. I think the one thing that caught my eye was pretty interesting. Why am I not surprised Team Silence Academy is third? All right, Team Silence is coming up second, and their Academy team is just right behind them, kind of climbing up those rankings as well. So I think Team Silence, doing pretty well so far in this season. But I definitely would agree. I think if Team Silence, they keep kind of going through their steamroll through the bracket today, they're going to hit that qualification or that top standing and really kind of buy their ticket into what they're trying to do. And like you were saying, that point spread is going to be very important. If they can finish first tonight, they get such a boost in their points and their standing. It's going to be key for their qualification going later on. But yeah, overall, I didn't know that Zave was a little bit lower on the end, and I'm very surprised to see that. Especially I think it was Zave Esports, and there's a bunch of other Zaves in the bracket. So I definitely want to see. Hopefully, they can start climbing their way up those rankings as well.
Well, Zave has been participating under many names. I believe they ended up winning a championship. I think it was week number 3. They were the Zave All-Stars. So they've obviously been going under many different names, trying to get points under many different tournament names. So there are a ton of Zave teams that have come through our tournaments. But tonight, I think is the most that I have seen thus far this season. So it's going to be exciting to see, can Zave overcome Team Silence later on, or will Team Silence take another Rocket Rush week victory?
Looks like teams are slowly trying to join this lobby, kind of bouncing around a little bit, trying to decide if they really want to start playing yet or just kind of wait it out a few more minutes and make us talk a little bit longer. But with that being said, I think, like we were saying earlier, going to be a good game. I think we are going to have a great series, and overall, both these teams trying to push that run, get those points that they're trying to collect. And the further you can get, the better chance you have of collecting the more points, which is, pretty self-explanatory. But jumping straight into this one here in game 1 in this series, this one is forced off into this half for Dot to try and take control. Sniz there to shut it off the top. Krish looking for the pass to Fuge, but not able to connect on it, as Ion trying to get one more to the midfield. Gets it past one. Can he get past to the other? But no, not able to get it, as this one's going to be cleared back down the field. The pass back, a smart play nonetheless. You can see the team play is already starting to come out as this opportunity is there. Right side, Sniz will put in the first goal of this series.
And like we said at the beginning of the game, Sniz was going to be such a crucial part of this game. This game is also sponsored, and this tournament is sponsored by Esportian. For those of you who don't know, best esports scholarships available through them. And as you can see there, Sniz putting the ball in, getting that ball centered, and just putting the biscuit in the basket. What a finish by him. Here's Joda dumping this one deep for Zave Master. He's in the middle, and he scores! A response by Joda with 4:33 to go in this game.
I mean, that's a great play and a great read. You can see Mecha trying to get that touch, but couldn't get it and just freed it up for Dot to get that drop down. A great play nonetheless. But jumping straight into this one, we're back to a tied game. A 4:33 left on the clock. An early exchange, but Sniz trying to extend their lead. Gets it, but Fuge is there to shut that one down. Ion looking for one more, but couldn't get it. Dot, but a huge bump comes out. Mecha, plenty of time, quickly disappearing, but Fuge does get the 50, firing it up into his half. You can see those opportunities already presenting themselves as this one is hit off the top of the ceiling. Plenty of boost. Mecha looking for one more. Can he get the bump? He doesn't. Krish with a great recovery. Gets back in time to help out his teammate. But it's not going to matter as Ion dribbles this one over the entire team to bring his team back to the lead.
What a bump on that play. I'm still unknown who did it. I believe it was Sid down low in the corner, just clearing out that goaltender, making space for another fried rice goal. It's 2-1.
I mean, that's a great opportunity. I mean, all it's going to be a matter is who can control the ball better. As Ion gets a quick clear out. Fuge trying to take this one up to the top, but Sniz there for the bump, but an opportunity could present itself, but a great save on the goal line as Ion, now plenty of space and boost, able to take this one back down the field. Gets the pop, looks for another one, top left corner, and now his team is up by 2. Everything looking more and more comfortable for him and his team.
Well, I got to say this too. Fried Rice came out swinging. They're making so many great bumps. They're moving the ball so well, playing as a team. I feel we haven't seen that yet from Zave Master. A pretty slow start from them. As we get set on the face-off, Sid is on the push with Joda. Sid misses this ball, fakes out Krish on the play. Here's Sniz. Sniz gets this one dumped down to the corner. Krish trying to break this one out, and he goes into the middle. He plays this one to Sid, who will dump this back deep. Great plays by Fried Rice to get this ball deep. FJ firing that ball and can't get it out of his zone, and Joda is demoed on the play. Fried Rice has it in their defensive end. Sniz, what a great touch by him there. Miscommunication there, and FJ gets a great touch to Joda, and he can't finish it on the front of the net. Here the shot by Ion, it's cleared, and FJ can dump this one back in on the play. Here's Sid up in the air. Sid trying to make something happen. And FJ to Joda. Joda trying to get a touch, and he scores! It's Joda, and it's 2-3. My apologies, it's Hezi. Zave also has a player named Joda, so they have very similar account names, but it's Hezi who will make this 3-2.
I mean, that's just a great read from Hezi right there, able to sneak it through that close side post, creating the opportunity and getting the angle he was desperately looking for. But now, Fried Rice trying to extend their lead, but quickly shut down. Hezi looking for one himself, does get the air dribble. Can he get the double? No, Sniz is there to shut it down, as Lion is there to kind of get it clear, but couldn't get the touch. As now Hezi off the sidewall, gets the read, a great passing play, heads up play, off the back wall, a great read to tie this game up.
What a back and forth game to start us off, and what a goal by Hezi, jumping off the back wall, a nice little backflip, and just knocks that one in backdoor. What a comeback by Zave Master, and we have 2 minutes and 43 seconds of hard-fought Rocket League coming up. Here's Krish on the face-off, he'll dump this one deep. Hezi trying to make something, can Zave take the lead here? It's cleared out by Fried Rice. Krish on the wall knocks this one down. Ion, the last man back, and he makes a great play to get this ball out. Sid pushing forward, gets a really nice touch on that one and gets to the corner. Turning it over to Hezi, and Ion is there to say no. Krish up in the air. Can he finish it? Here's Krish moving in, and he's denied by Schniz on the back door. Here's Hezi to push this one. Dumping it into the corner is Hezi. Touch a really nice touch by him. It's Schniz, and he'll boom this one out. Krish catches this one in the center field. It's dumped deep. What a touch by Ion, and he can't finish it on the play. Here's Hezi. Sniz keeps this one deep in the zone. A great touch by him, and it's in the corner. Sid in the air, and FJ says no on the play. Here's Ion. Great catch by him. He's going to make a push out of the zone. Ion dribbling it. There's nobody back, and the last man standing, Krish, with a huge save on that play. Rebound! And Krish says no yet again. Here's Ion at the top of the key. FJ pushes this one forward, and he'll get it onto his side. Up in the air is Hezi. Hezi and FJ. FJ double the Hezi, and Hezi hesitates on the play and doesn't make the commitment. Sid up in the air on the right side, and there's nothing doing on this one. Hezi in the corner with Ion. A nice touch on that play, and there's nothing that he can do to get this one on goal. Krish, shot, and it's missed wide. I believe Hezi may have gotten a piece of that. Out on the zone is Hezi. It's a one-on-one. He's got full boost. Nice touch by him, and it's an easy deny by Ion on the play. Dumped out to FJ. Final minute remaining in this one. FJ centers this one to Hezi. Hezi up in the air. Can he finish it? Hezi! No, he's denied by Ion. Rebound in front, and it's going to be cleared out yet again by Shiz. Shiz and Sniz in the air. It's going to be centered to Hezi off the pipe, and it's still in the middle. It's cleared out by Sniz on the play. Great touch by him off the wall, and FJ is back on that one. Here's Hezi trying to make something into nothing. Oh, what a fake by Hezi, centering this one. 30 seconds, he scores! It's Krish, and Zave Masters takes a 4-3 lead late.
What a passing play right there from Hezi to Krish. An opportunity forcing that last man back to try and take a guess, but he guessed wrong and could not get it right today. But now Zave Master in the lead here with 30 seconds left in the clock. But Sniz trying to get a quick rebound off that kickoff. Couldn't connect on it. But Sid trying to get one more. FJ there to shut it down. But this one's staying afloat. Hezi looking for the clear downfield. The SJ could be on it, but it's going to be off that right side wall. Sid now looking for one more, trying to bring in the equalizer with 10 seconds left on the clock. Goes for the musty, but 50'd out to Sniz as this one's off the ceiling. FJ there to put it down. It's going to be a wide open net. And now Zave Master able to go up by 2, looking like they're going to take here in game 1.
What a comeback by Zave Master, you know, especially coming into this game almost down early in this one. And they fought back to beat Fried Rice in this first game. It's 5-3, 2 seconds to go. How do you feel Fried Rice has to bounce back in this next game?
I mean, from what I've seen right now, it's just capitalizing on opportunities. There's been a lot of missed chances. There's been a lot of, honestly, wide open nets that are just not getting those clean touches because Zave is just giving them no time and space on the ball. They're going to have to find a way to take advantage of that space, start looking to connect from 1-2-3 passing plays, maybe 1-2-1s, find something that make Zave really awkward because it's not happening at the moment. Every single play that they're going for is getting shut down almost immediately, and they're kind of having a little bit of an overcommit from their third man, and it's just leaving wide open counterattacks for Zave Master to take full control of. If they can kind of clean that up, they can definitely find that stride and start coming back here in this series.
Well, you know what I feel too? Zave Master starting this game very condensed in on themselves, not really spreading out downfield. And then as the game went on, they started to feel out Fried Rice. You know, when they went down by 2, they started to spread out their play. I mean, you saw that really, really nice backdoor goal that they scored. I mean, overall, they just outworked their opponents on the sides, and that's how you're going to win games, especially with these tight matchups. Overall, though, both teams played a pretty exceptional masterclass of defense. Fried Rice at the end obviously made a push to try and score a goal, and that's why it was a 2-goal game. But Fried Rice now has a mountain to climb. Can they do it, or are they going to be sent home pretty early in this one?
Sniz with not so great of a touch, but does manage to get back to it. FJ looking to take one to the sidewall, looking for Krish, but ends up pinching it off of his own teammate, leaving a free ball for Ion. But a clear back down the field just gives it right back as FJ with a great pop-up, but beat out by Sid with a ceiling read. An opportunity that could have been, but was not taken advantage of. Krish getting read by Sniz, looking for one, tries to get the ground pinch, can't get it, but it's a free ball for Hezi to take this one, looking for another touch upfield. Krish there to take control of the demo coming out, but couldn't get there in time as Ion is able to take this one up the field, but no boost to follow it. Right now, we're seeing a lot of opportunity coming out and a lot of back and forth, and a lot of what I like to say is ping pong ball, as these teams are just kind of hitting it back and forth, trying to feel each other out here in game 2. But a wide open opportunity could get there. No, Krish is going to get back just in time as the pinch comes out. A quick counterattack could be there. Krish trying to follow this one up, but Sid looks like he's going to get beat out by Hezi as this one starts falling down. A quick shot from Krish, and now Zave Master up by 1 again.
And Fried Rice, again, kind of scrambling here. I mean, Sid, you saw got beat on that play. You see the scramble play there on Ion, and there's absolutely nothing that he can really do. I mean, it's just turnovers, countless ones that we've seen from Zave Master thus far, and that's why it's 1-0, or Fried Rice thus far, that's why it's 1-0 for Zave Esports. On the play is Hezi up in the air. What a fake by him. He's the king of fakes so far tonight. Krish on the back door from Ion, trying to get another fake, but nothing doing. Ion off the wall, trying to respond. FJ in the corner. Here's Krish trying to clear this ball out. He cannot do that. Ion wins both 50s, is up in the air, wins a third 50, and Krish will dump this ball up the middle. Fires this one is Sid, and there's nothing going on, and he is denied, and this ball goes to the corner. On that play, what a touch by Hezi! They score! It's Krish, and Zave Master is up by 2.
I mean, all it takes is that little bit of a playmaking situation, a great pass from Hezi over to Krish. And one thing I definitely want to say is Zave Master has been dominating these passing lanes in the midfield and is creating all kinds of opportunities for them to take control of this series. And honestly, this match is now they're up by 2, 3:15 left on the clock, but it could get shut down here. No one from that second man position able to take a shot as Hezi gets it past 2, but Ion with a great recovery. Can he get it over Krish? He does, but this one off the ceiling, a free ball for FJ, but Sid able to get back in time to get that one saved out, but a wide open net. Can he get there in time? No one there to get this one in the back of Fried Rice's net as FJ clears this one out into the hands of Krish off the crossbar. Everyone collapsing on the goal line, trying to find a way to break out as a team bump comes out. Sniz not able to follow up with it. Hezi misses a touch that could be devastating, but a great save as Zave Master stays calm, cool, and collected on this goal line. A shot from Sid as he drops it down, bringing it back to a 1-goal deficit. Fried Rice is back on the board.
And I gotta say, Fried Rice really, they almost hit panic mode on that one. On defense, they were trying to clear that ball out, made some really bad bounces. They finally got it on a 2-on-1, a huge bump on Sniz, and luckily for them, they made this a 2-1 game from that. Off of the draw, here's Krish and Sniz. Sniz will win this one and dump it deep. FJ in the air. This ball is in the corner sitting there. Ion trying to center it for Fried Rice. He cannot do it. Sniz back on the play, and he's going to get this ball. Fried Rice trying to make a push. Sniz in the middle. Can't get this one over on that one as Ion is up in the air. Ion, can he get something going? It is cleared out by Hezi, who has had an absolute stellar game thus far. Here's Ion. Krish, what a catch. Nice dribble! No, he's denied the play. I said up in the air. Hezi, he can't get anything on it. And Ion makes sure that ball gets out, and he'll finish him off with a demo on that play. Here comes Fried Rice out of the zone. FJ in the air gets a really nice touch, and they need to try to get a good breakout. A nice flick over, but Ion is there. Ion fakes the shot. He's going to get one towards the ground. And guess who is there? It's Zave Master. Out of the zone is Zave. It's on the ground. It's Sniz. And Krish says no. Sid on the rebound. And he'll miss wide left on the play. Ion in the corner with Krish. Krish makes a bad bounce off the wall. Here's Sniz. Sniz trying to make something happen. Sid centering this ball to Ion, who unfortunately can't get this ball on goal. FJ on the wall, who's bumped off. Ion over to Krish. Krish fires this one way wide right, and Sid is there to try to break out this ball. On the play is Hezi to dump this one deep. Shiz on the wall. Shiz has time and space. Nice touch by Shiz to Ion. Can't finish this one as it hits the crossbar. Here's Krish on the play. Final minute to go in the Fried Rice season. Can they bounce back? Here's Krish up in the air to Sid. Sid trying to break this ball out of the zone, and we are currently frozen, but it goes over to Shiz. Shiz over to Hezi. Hezi in the air, and back over to Ion. Ion in the air, trying to hit a flip reset, and he's denied on that one. Sid dumping this ball into the corner. Overall, great movement by both teams. That shot is denied by Krish. There's nobody back. FJ with the bump, and that might be it. Save Master!
I mean, Zave Master just starting to pull away here. You can see the bump coming out from FJ, just not giving Sid any type of opportunity to flip into that and get in front of it. And bump plays are going to be the key here as they slowly start to extend their lead. 33 seconds left on the clock. Fried Rice has to find a response here as this one going up the sidewall, off the ceiling, but shut down immediately by FJ. Sid getting back in time before the save. Right now, Fried Rice is just trying to find some way to break out as Zave Master has been keeping everything on a lock. And this could be the opportunity they're looking for as Ion is there to put it in, bringing it back to a 1-goal deficit. 14 seconds left on the clock. A great play from Fried Rice as Krish couldn't get the save.
I mean, we got to look at it like this. It's only a 1-goal game with 14 seconds to go. They're obviously going to send an extra man forward and start triple teaming plays. Can Fried Rice come back in this one? 14 seconds to go. It's Sid who wins the face-off with Shiz. Shiz gets this one to the ball, but FJ gets the boost, and he's on the ceiling. Great touch by FJ, and he couldn't turn that one into anything. On the play is Krish. 3 seconds to go. We're at 1. Shiz on the play. It's can he touch? He does, but that's all she wrote. Zave Master on a sweep is moving to the winners finals.
I mean, what a great display from Zave Masters, where they'll be moving on to take on Team Silence, someone who's been a very strong opponent so far throughout this bracket. I'm excited to see how Zave Master holds up to the challenge here, but with a great win over Fried Rice, and I wouldn't say dominant win, but I feel like a very controlled win. I feel like there were a lot of opportunities from Fried Rice, but nothing super threatening for Zave Master. I feel like they were very calm and collected, and they kind of played their game and didn't really get as flustered as we saw Fried Rice on their own goal line.
Well, I will say this too. I feel Zave did a lot of overcommitting on that third goal. I feel they kind of panicked. They felt like they needed a goal then and there, Fried Rice. So they ended up sending their third guy down. That's how Krish ended up sending that ball all the way down into the empty net. And I feel that they had a lot more time. Obviously, they scored with 14 seconds left. I don't know why they would try a play like that with over a minute to go in the game. I would try something like that in the final 30 seconds if you're down by 1, or even the final minute. But you're still above a minute. Don't fully pressure. Anything could happen. And when you fully pressure like that, you see what happens. They get the insurance goal, and you score with 14 seconds to go. Now you're still down by 1, and Zave Master will just put the cap on it and send you to the loser's bracket.
I mean, I would have to agree. But, Zave Masters, it worked for them. They did it. They took that one in sweeping fashion and going up against Team Silence now. So moving into the winners finals, what is your prediction for how we're expecting this one to go? Do you think Team Silence is going to kind of just sweep the floor, or do you think we might go the distance here?
You know what? We've seen some Team Silence versus Zave Esports games so far this season. I'm telling you right now, they have not disappointed. And you know who hasn't disappointed? It's Team Silence. Reznal has been an absolute powerhouse for Team Silence, and I think Team Silence is going to go to the finals with no issues.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I think Team Silence is going to be the hill or mountain for every team in this bracket to try and overcome here. But if they can keep control, they can kind of stay composed going into this one. I think Zave Masters could really showcase some very strong Rocket League right there. But it's just going to be a matter of trying to match the pace of Team Silence and that type of Rocket League that they like to play. But with that being said, we will be right back coming up with the winners of finals, Team Silence versus Zave Masters.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for this amazing Week 5 tournament as we have Zave Master getting set to face off against our favorite Team Silenced. I'm Michael Krisky. Alongside me is Nate the Dog. And Nate, how do you expect this one to go?
I have the perfect thing to show you. Bring out the brooms. All right, I think Team Silence is sweeping this one in a clean fashion. They've been a dominant force throughout this entire bracket. And Zave Masters, they put up a good fight. They ended up making it to the winner's final. But I don't think they have what it takes to overcome Team Silence in their dominant run. I think it's going to be a sweep. I think it's pretty clean cut. And I think they're going to kind of just take it the distance here.
Yeah, you know, Nate, for me, this is my grand final prediction. So I think these teams will play each other a second time in the grand finals. And who knows, we might be able to add someone to the vacuum board. So far, Team Silenced has been on that board twice in the 2 out of the 3 weeks that I have called for Rocket Rush here. This is week number 5, so I called number 1, 2, 3, and this will be number 5. So weeks 2 and 3 both had sweeps in the grand finals. So will we see another vacuum from me tonight? We will see. Silence getting set to face off and Zave Masters here in the winners finals.
I think we're going to be having a great one here. I think we're going to see a lot of Resnal all over this pitch. But FJ, Krish, and Hezi are going to have to find a way to break through here as this one kicks right off into the hands of Resnal. Gets the 50 in favor. FJ trying to get something, does get the backflip touch, but Krish there to clear it out, but into the hands of Pigeon as he gets the drop down here, but no one there to collect but Hezi. Resnal with a huge demo. Lev trying to get something himself, but shut down by Krish. You can see a lot of mechanical play coming out already, but a double commit does create an opportunity. This one goes top left, double down. Hezi getting the first one. Shocking everybody.
Not how I expected this one to go, especially a bad turnover by Resnal. You know, Resnal's been so great this year with getting that ball, not into the middle, but making chances up the side. And you see on that play, he tried to go to the middle, and Zave Master made him pay 1-0 Zave.
As this one could have been a possible kickoff opportunity, but Resnal taking it off the ceiling does get the 50 over Hezi, but into the hands of FJ. But not a great touch there as Lev is going to be there to clear this one back down the field. I think it's going to be a matter of who can keep the ball closest as Krish takes this one down, goes for the reset, gets a pop, but Pigeon's going to fire this one off the top like a golf ball. And now Pigeon there to take control of it. Looks for one more, but a quick challenge from FJ forces this one into an awkward position. The passing lane starting to open up here as Pigeon tries to put one on target, but Hezi does get back to shut it down. Resnal looking for one more. Tries to get the reset, couldn't connect on it, but Pigeon able to stay with it and keep control. Trying to play a 50 off of Krish. Plenty of boost in the tank, but a bump comes out, forcing this one into the hands of Hezi. Now looking for another one. It looks for the pass midfield, leaves it, goes for the bump, but a commit from FJ and a double commit coming out from Team Silence with Resnal and Pigeon, leaving this one for a read from Hezi. Couldn't connect on it as now Lev looks for one more. Gets it past FJ, no, and the 50 firing it into the hands of Pigeon. And right now, Zave Masters putting a lot of pressure on Team Silence, not really giving any time or space, as this could be it. The squishy save comes out, and now you can see Team Silence not really able to gain any type of momentum here.
Well, here's Pigeon getting a great touch on this one. Here's to Lev. Pigeon shot is denied on that play by Krish, and it's sent out of the zone by Hezi over to Krish. Krish in the air, Lev the only player back on the play. It's shot, another huge stop on that one by Pigeon. Here's Lev in the net, rebound centered, and it's going to be cleared out. Here comes Resnal on the push, but FJ will dump this back in for Zave Masters. Pigeon on the wall up to FJ. FJ trying to make something happen, and Lev says no on that one. Dumped into the play on this one. Here's Hezi. Hezi in the backfield. Hezi trying to turn something in this from nothing. Pigeon catches this ball on the wall. FJ and Pigeon cancel. Pigeon ends up winning this 50. He's going to pop this one straight up. Krish on the play with a huge demo, and Lev denying the ball on that one. Here's FJ centering this ball, and Pigeon is able to clear it, and Resnal sends it down the length of the field. Team Silence trying to get their first offense so far of this game. Resnal makes a really bad play to Hezi, and Pigeon's able to catch this one deep, but is it enough? Another save by Pigeon on that one. Hit in the corner. Krish making his way back, and Lev will send this one down for Team Silence. It has been all Zave Masters so far in this game. Krish tries to get a touch, he cannot. Resnal, demo on the play, it's up in the air to Pigeon. Pigeon flying back, trying to get another touch. He does. It's still in the air. Sets up Resinal. Can't get anything on it. Pigeon on the wall, trying to turn it into something. It's denied on that one by Lev. Here's Resinal. Resinal in the backfield. What a move by him to get out of the way of Hezi. Another great touch by Resinal. Can he get a third? He goes for a demo, and he cannot get FJ out of the way. Here's Pigeon. He's got it in the corner, makes an awkward bounce on the wall, and this one's going to go to Hezi. Hezi flips this one over, and Pigeon will get it back in. A lot of back and forth in midfield. Krish on this one, trying to make something happen. It's Resinal. Resinal the Pigeon, breaking out of the zone. We have a 3-on-1 here. Hezi with a great touch, and Pigeon can't get it on net. Here's Lev. Lev loses this 50, and it's out of the zone. Hezi on a push to Resinal. Hezi ends up winning that 50, but the ball goes to Pigeon for Team Silence. Krish dunks on the play on that one, and Pigeon will end up with the ball in the end. 1 minute remaining. Zave Master almost flawless in this game. Can they continue that streak? FJ shot, and Lev denies him on that one. A rebound by Krish, and Resinal is there. Great ground pinch by him. Lev, what a touch by him. This one's going to miss wide, and Hezi is going to clear it out. He can't get all of it, though, and Krish will have to clean up the mess that he has made.
I mean, from right now, you can see Team Silence trying to find a way to connect on those passing lanes, but they're just getting shut down almost immediately by Zave Masters. The small micro mistakes we were talking about, but a 0-degree read. Pigeon equalizes in under 30 seconds. An amazing read from Pigeon. I don't know how that snuck its way in. Krish not able to get the read on that one and clear it out. 23 seconds left on the clock. Team Silence is back in this game. A tragedy falls for Zave Masters, is now trying to jump straight into a kickoff opportunity, but Lev is going to be there to clear it out downfield. 15 seconds left. Team Silence with a little bit of momentum is looking for the bumps and demos starting to come out. Resinal looks for one off the ceiling, shut down by Krish. Now 10 seconds left. It looks like Pigeon's going to try and find a way to break out here off the ceiling. Drops it down, gets the pop up, but shut down by FJ. We might be heading into our first overtime of the series as Lev clears it downfield, looks for another one. Pigeon with the pre-jump, looking for the double, drops it down off the backboard, and we are going to overtime.
What a game this has been for both teams. Zave Esports and Team Silence knotted out one. Resinal fires, he scores! It's Resinal, and Team Silence wins 3 seconds in overtime.
Tragedy for Zave Masters as they stayed strong the whole game, just to collapse in 30 seconds left on the clock. Then to lose 3 seconds off of a kickoff goal, that's going to be a mental crusher for Zave Masters, but we cannot hate on them yet. They had a great game. They had the opportunity. It just was unfortunate how it ended. Team Silence locked in, capitalized on an opportunity, and it looked like Zave Masters' momentum just got shot. And now Team Silence, with all the favor in them, going down, or Zave Masters going down to 1-0 in this series, is not what you want to see.
No, I gotta say this too. This is one of the first games that I've seen in Rocket League more of that the better team lost the game. I really think Zave Master was the better team. They had possession in their offensive zone, created so many awesome opportunities, and Team Silence ended up getting that first goal right at the end off of a lucky post bounce, and then a face-off goal. So I really think Zave Master was the better team in that game, and how they respond is going to be huge in the second game.
Absolutely, as I think it's going to be a huge momentum changer for whoever can get the first goal of this game. As Pigeon collecting that full boost, takes this one off the ceiling, pops it up over Krish. Can he get it over FJ too? No, a great touch from FJ as Hezi takes this one up to the sidewall. Can't get the read as Lev gets a little bit of an awkward touch, but plenty of space for Resinal as he clears this one down the field. FJ looking for the psycho touch, couldn't get it, but Lev there for the rebound, looking for Resinal, but no boost, not able to get it as this one's forced into an awkward position. Pigeon leaves this one for Resinal, but a bump comes out from FJ, giving his team the time and space they need. Pigeon with a great 50. Krish trying to take this one off the wall, looks for the pass midfield. Pinch comes out. Lev takes the full boost, but leaves an open net, but gets back just in time as a scoring opportunity is missed from Zave Masters, and now the pinch downfield puts this one back into equilibrium.
Here's Zave trying to create something. FJ in the air to Pigeon. Pigeon can't get this ball out of the zone, and Zave continuing their offensive work down low. I will say, though, Team Silence is one of the better defensive teams that we have seen thus far in our Rocket Rush tournaments. As FJ, as I say that, the caster's curse, and Pigeon will somehow make a miraculous save on that play. Here is Hezi on the play, and Resinal will get a nice touch. FJ's and Resinal's pinch goes straight up, and Krish gets a nice touch to the corner on that one. Here is Hezi. Hezi trying to make something happen here with no boost on the play. He ends up winning this 50, and it's a great touch by Resinal to get this one out of the zone. He can't read it on the play, and FJ will dump it right back. A lot of back and forth ball going between these two teams, and it makes me wonder who is going to strike first.
Lev looking for the redirect, couldn't connect on it with the pass downfield. Now Hezi trying to get one more, but Resinal with a great pop-up, but into the hands of Krish with the reset, but gets shut down by Lev. You can see here, Lev with a great bump, but FJ there to make up for it. Hezi with a bang down the field. Resinal trying to get a touch off the back wall, does control it. Can he get it past the second? No, but Pigeon with plenty of time and space looking for Lev, but leaves this one for himself. Lev with a great amount of boost on the back wall, gets this one cleared out. Resinal with a clear back downfield, trying to get a quick reset. Hezi looks for a touch, gets blocked out by Pigeon. Now Krish trying to leave this one, but Lev is all over him, and a bump comes out. A dangerous position for Zave Masters, but Resinal now able to try and get one more shut down as this one fires across to the other side of the blue half. Lev forced into a very defensive position here, but with a great recovery, gets the dribble up, looks for the pinch, no, couldn't get it, as Hezi sends this one back. Pigeon off the back wall, but a quick pre-jump from Krish does create the challenge that he was looking for. But Resinal, a dangerous man to have the ball right here, tries to get it over one, gets it over two, gets it over three. Resinal does it all himself and brings us to a 1-goal lead.
And I want to talk about this, how important boost is in this game. I mean, you see Resinal getting that full boost there, and the world is his oyster when you have boost, and that is a great play. Also, you watch Lev on the play, see how quickly boost can completely change the direction of the ball on that play. The ball was going behind Lev, he ended up boosting under it, and he ended up getting oh my goodness, what a goal by FJ, and it's tied at 1!
Get this man a scholarship. Oh my goodness, he's done it himself, equalizing here in this one. 2:08 left on the clock, to the ceiling, off the back wall, gets the reset, drops it down. That's what you want to see, and that's what we want to see in a winners finals, as this is shaping up to be an amazing game. But Resinal trying to bring it back himself, but Chris does shut it down. FJ with the 50 off of Lev, drops this one. Chris there for the clear. Pigeon trying to pop one up, but an awkward touch, but into the hands of Resinal, looking for one more, couldn't get it. As now Krish with a great pop-up. Pigeon trying to get a touch to his own corner, does get control of it here. It's going to be a matter of who can get your control, looking for another one, but Hezi not able to get it. Resinal takes control with a pass from Lev, looking for an extra touch, tries to get one, plays it slow, but no boost in the tank. Pigeon looking very awkward, but Lev able to recover it, giving him the time he needs to collect some boost. Resinal, awkward touch, trying to get one more. Pigeon with a great flick, gets it over FJ. A wide open opportunity, but he messes up the flick. Not able to take advantage as that wide open net slips away. You know what they like to say, wide open nets are the hardest ones to score.
That's a rough turnover for Pigeon, and Team Silence has to get something going. Lev in the air, can't get the double! And Hezi, oh no, bad play by Hezi! Resinal can't finish that ball. I apologize, that was Pigeon on the play on the rebound. Krish gets this ball dumped deep. Lev, what a great touch by him to get this ball out. Hezi, last man back, and he'll dump it in for Zave Master. 50 seconds to go, and potentially the end of the series is at bay. Resinal sends it long to Pigeon! He scores! It's Pigeon! And 2-1 Team Silence with 44 ticks to go.
Just a little bit of an overcommit is all it took, and a pass to Pigeon. It brings it to a 1-goal lead for Team Silence. Zave Master is going to have to find a way to get a response very quickly. With 44 seconds left on the clock, they're going to have to find something as a dead ball comes out from the kickoff. 250s back-to-back. Krish gets the flick over one. Can he put it in? No, a great save from Pigeon as he fires it off his own crossbar. FJ trying to get one more, but a fake comes out from Pigeon. Can he get the flick? Gets a great catch off the back wall. Couldn't get it in the back of the net to extend his lead, but Lev looks for one, gets the reset, pops it over one, gets the dribble past Hezi, no, but into the hands of Krish. Zave Masters running out of time. 15 seconds left. Resinal all over this one as it drops down. A dangerous ball. Lev with a great pop, but Hezi there to clear it out. Trying to get something, but no one there to help him as Pigeon's going to drop it. FJ looking for one more, a shot attempt, but into the hands of Resinal for an easy clear. Lev trying to put one in for the road, gets the reset, popped over, looks for the double, drops it down, but not going to be put in. Team Silence taking the winners finals. Moving on to the grand finals as Zave Master will be dropping down to the lowers. Just as we expected, Team Silence bringing out the broom.
And I gotta say this too, man. Going into this grand finals for Team Silence, if they play Zave Master, I don't think it's gonna be a sweep. I mean, Zave Master had such a great game in that first one, couldn't finish it, and this game just came down to who wanted it more, and obviously Team Silence scored late yet again. I think Zave Master has to clean up their final minute. So far, they've allowed so many, like almost more goals in the final minute than the whole game thus far, and that's how Team Silence has won both of these games.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want my personal opinion, I think the real man of the hour of that game was Resinal. You could see multiple goals coming out from his absolute playmaker capabilities, really just taking control of the pitch, taking control of the space. Yes, there might have been a few double commits, but not only was he doing it himself in some situations, but he was also orchestrating the ball for his teammates to shine in the spotlight, and that is what makes a team great. Whenever you have one player who can do it himself as well as set up his teammates for success, and that's why I think Team Silence is going to run it, and they're going to win this grand final.
Yeah, and I mean, Team Silence now has some time to wait as we head down to our losers finals, which will be coming up next after a short break.
It's time to launch an all-new season of Rocket Rush.
Played as well over the defense and
Will it be a goal? Oh, it's gonna help the court.
Consistent Rocket League competition with no long-term commitment.
Rocket Rush weekly, a second week.
To the third iteration.
Week 4, 5, 6.
The 7th
Week number 8, 9.
Rocket Rush 10.
Each season will consist of 10 weeks. Don't worry, the $100 prize pool will not be going anywhere. During those 10 weeks, the top 16 teams,
Valley Esports Red,
Tokyo United.
Banana Lovers.
It's Calgary.
Zave
time to launch an all-new season of Rocket Rush.
Played as well over the defense and
Will it be a goal? Oh, it's gonna help the court.
Consistent Rocket League competition with no long-term commitment.
Rocket Rush weekly, a second week.
to the third iteration.
Week 4, 5, 6.
The 7th
Week number 8, 9.
Rocket Rush 10.
Each season will consist of 10 weeks. Don't worry, the $100 prize pool will not be going anywhere. During those 10 weeks, the top 16 teams,
Valley Esports Red,
Tokyo United,
Banana Lovers.
it's Calgary,
Zave Esports.
Team Silence,
Zave Academy,
Banag. Portuguese Bim Bam.
get points based on their performance. The later we are in the season, the more points you will get per placement. The top 6 teams by the end will get a free invite to the final event of the season. May 2nd, an open double-elimination tournament to determine 2 wildcards that will be joining the 6 already invited teams. And then on May 3rd, a single elimination best-of-7 tournament where the winner will claim the $500 prize pool and their name engraved in Rocket Rush history. Do you have what it takes to be a champion? Why don't we find out?
And we are back getting ready for the losers finals. We have Nate 10 SSA Fan Club and Zave Master. Wow, Nate, we've been covering Zave Master a lot tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, they made a good run. You know, they kind of worked their way through the bracket just to run into Team Silence and get kind of swept and drop down to lowers. But, you know, I have a very sneaky suspicion that we're going to be seeing Zave Masters make a return in the grand final just to get swept by Team Silence again, all right? So I've got a little bit of a feeling there.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a really, really close grand final after what we just saw. I mean, I got to say, Team Silence finds ways to win, and you saw that last series. And here at Nameless, you know, we see so many teams come through here and make such great impressions on us casters and the community. And, you know, we now have a Discord bot. So Nameless Network Discord bot is now made. You know, we have a Looking for Finder, Scrim Finder, ranked solo queues, and Start.gg integration and more if you ever are looking to see who's winning in our tournaments and how you know, Rocket Rush standings look. All you got to do is get our Discord bot. Also, if you use code Nameless Esports in the Epic Games store, you can get pretty much discounts for it helps us out, and you know, it's pretty cool. And of course, we have our new guaranteed first round cast option upgrade for our hype chamber. For anybody who donates for a production fee of $25 or $50, you can have your game broadcast live here on our channel for Rocket Rush in the weekly series. And of course, to end it off, our sponsor today is Esportian. Combine your passion for gaming with higher education. They are our sponsors, our great friends over at Esportian. They have over 25 video games, 700 plus universities, and 100% placement rates. And they partner with 25 collegiate esport programs, international student placement agency, and they are also a pretty fun giver of scholarships, if any of you guys know that. And of course, Nameless now has merch, and Zave now have merch available. We have our organization stores. Contact us today if you guys want to get started on anything at all. Wow, that was an air ball of an ad read, huh? Wasn't? What do you think, Nate? What would you give me on a scale of 1 to 10 on that ad read? That was a rough one for me.
I'll give you a solid 6 out of 10. You got the point across, but you kind of jumped around and kind of threw off Production's PowerPoint a little bit.
Oh, 100%. I was all over the place on that one. That's completely on me. Wow. I need some sleep, man. I'm getting tired. And a team that put me to sleep tonight was Fried Rice in that first round. And you saw how Zave played against them, got to that winners finals, and are now here again. So what are you expecting from Zave Master in this round?
Honestly, I'm expecting them to kind of go into this one with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They've had some time to kind of sit there and wait for Nash 10 and placeholder to finish their losers semifinal. So now losers final, I feel like Zave Master is going to have something to prove here. They're going to really have to showcase what they can do on a higher level than what we saw against Team Silence. It's never a good sign when you see a guy 1v3 your entire team with an air dribble to score, all right? The moment that happens, that's just a soul crusher, especially if you're already down in the series and especially if you're already down in the game. And I think they're going to have to find a way to rebound here. Or, if they really are in the mental gutter, who knows, maybe Nash 10 SSA fan club here will actually bounce back and kind of be able to overtake it and go to the grand final. But it's just going to be a mental battle for them. If they can kind of turn it around, I think we'll see some peak Rocket League. If not, I think it's going to kind of just slowly go downhill for them from here.
And I still do feel that Zave Master had an amazing previous series. That first game should have been theirs. It was robbed, cleanly robbed. And, that second game, just another late goal in final 44 seconds. And, that's all she wrote for Zave Esports in that winners finals. But the redemption starts now for them as they play Nash 10 SSA fan club as DMY, Nash, and Shark are facing off against Krish, FJ, and of course, are all the Zave Master players. Hezzy. Yeah, wow. Blank there.
Man. As a quick shot opportunity comes out from right there, a demo coming out on Hezzy from Shark, a pass from Nash, but he ends up saving it with DMY, not really sure how to say that name, but Shark looking for the pass to the side wall, looks for the read, does get it off the back wall. Krish looking very awkward, and the bump comes out. Nash there to put it in and bring his team to an early goal lead. Zave Masters buckling on that back line. Definitely what they want to see if you are a Nash 10 SSA fan club fan member.
Well, yeah, I got to say this, too. I think Zave Master got caught a little bit with their pants down on that one. That was a rough start for them, getting perfect execution there by Nash 10. And the question is, how will Zave Master bounce back?
Krish looking for the touch off the back wall. Shark looking for another one to follow up, but a little bit of Hezzy, a missed touch there into the hands of DMY. But now Hezzy, a lot of boost in the tank, does take control, gets the reset, goes for the second, couldn't connect on it. Who knows, maybe that flip reset indicator might have helped him out there as Krish not able to follow up. Nash with a 50, almost gets it in. DMY trying to find another one, but the full boost grab from Hezzy creates a little bit of space, but the clear back downfield. FJ getting robbed of that mid boost, creating no chance for him, but a shot comes from Hezzy, wide open net. The equalizer is in. Zave Masters is back into this game.
And that's how they're going to win this series, 100%, is how they bounce back when times get tough. You saw that last round against Team Sound. That was the time to bounce back. They did, just there. Nash 10 and Zave Master getting set for the face-off. Here's Shark on the back play, and Krish and Nash go for it. Nash, goes for the bump instead, and Demi scores! A huge goal by Nash 10. A unique decision there by Nash. Watch this. Instead of playing the ball, he goes for the bump on the play to give Demi the wide open shot. And wow, that worked so well in their favor.
I mean, with these two teams, I have a feeling it's going to be a very physical game. A lot of bumps, a lot of demos coming out. Is Nash there to get the kickoff goal? 2-goal lead. Zave Masters falling apart this early on. Only a minute 20 in to this game, and they're down by 2. 4 goals have been scored. I mean, what is going on here? This level of a lobby should not be having these kind of mistakes happen right now, as right now Zave Masters just not able to find any kind of response or momentum, but the fake comes out. Shark trying to get to this one, but Krish, plenty of space, looks for one more. The drop down from Demi, but not able to connect. But Hezi with the side flip is now FJ is going to try and make up for it. Hezi with a little bit of a pre-flip read off the bump. Can't get the touch, but into the hands of FJ. Looking for one more. FJ trying to get a flick, but shut down by Nash. Is now Krish not able to follow it up. Nash off the ceiling. No, leaves this one down for the 50. The pre-jump from his teammate creates some space for Zave Masters to try and capitalize somewhere. But a dangerous ball as this one floats down, but Demi trying to follow another one. A pass to Nash, another shot, looking for the one off the crossbar. Drops it down, off the crossbar again, as Krish is going to be there to follow it up and force this one out to Hezi into the neutral zone. Shark there to clear this one out. FJ can't connect on it. Krish with a great 50, but Demi looking for the pass to Nash, but Hezi there for the pass back, but Nash trying to take it over and steal that one, but couldn't connect on it. This is an absolute scramble from both of these teams. As you can see, a lot of ping pong coming back and around in that neutral zone, but no one really taking full control. The passing lanes are open as Krish tries to do another one. Blocked away by Demi. Hezi with a great catch, tries to pop it up. Dangerous position, but Shark is going to be there for the clear.
And can FJ get back? He does. What a touch by him to get that one to the corner. FJ going to continue on the pressure. It goes to Demi, who will center this one to Shark. And he can't. Oh, my goodness. He almost hit him with the pass on that one. That was Nash off the ceiling. That would have been one of the nicest goals we've seen in Rocket Rush ever. Here's Shark on the play in the corner with tying up with Krish. On that one, Krish coming out victorious in the middle. He's going to have some fun with it in the air, and it's cleared back to Demi. Demi centering this ball over to Shark. Shark gets a shot, and he's denied on that play here by Hezi. Hezi pushing forward, trying to make something happen from nothing, and Nash is able to get this ball out to the side. Demi centering this ball to Shark, and it's Krish who will send this one the length of the field for Zave Master. Here's Krish trying to make something happen. Can't do it. Here's Demi. Over to Hezi. Hezi to Shark. A lot of back and forth play. It's Demi! He scores! Demi the long shot, and it's 4-1 Nash 10.
I mean, right now you can see Nash 10 SSA fan club taking full advantage of that third man overcommit from Zave Masters. Multiple counterattacks, kickoff goals, and just their third man can't get back in time. As Shark now trying to follow it up with this one. Couldn't get the read, but Nash trying to get a pop at a great 50. Pinches this one off. Krish looking for one off the ceiling. Can't connect on it. Looking for one more, but into the hands of Nash. The bump comes out. A dangerous position as Hezi looks for one, but Shark fires this one downfield. But no one really back from, but a 50 comes out. FJ looks for one. Krish with the shot, but an easy save for Sharks. He pops this one off the backboard for Nash to try and take control. I mean, right now, Nash is just looking very solid. Almost every single engagement is going in their favor. Every 50, they're playing to their teammates. And Zave Masters, they're just making a lot of mistakes. They're not really connecting on any of their passes as the beast mode read off the sidewall. Can't connect right there. Zave Masters trying to find something to get on the board, but with 38 seconds left, it's looking like Nash 10 SSA fan club will get another read and bring it to a 4-goal lead. And once again, they're starting to walk away here in game number 1.
I mean, Zave Masters, they've come out so slow. I mean, they're playing as good as my ad read was. 6 out of 10 at most. They're really playing just... They're playing slow, they're playing lethargic, and now you're down 5-1 after a very close series with easily the favorite champion. Like, how do you bounce back from this? I mean, it's like an all-time low for this Zave Master team that we've seen in this tournament thus far.
I mean, it's starting to look like a lot of what I was talking about before this game even started. The mental might just be a little shot, so a lot of the mistakes, the overcommits are really starting to show themselves, and this team is just taking full advantage of it, kind of just picking off every single mistake that Zave Masters is really doing as the double commit comes out, getting the demo in the process. But the pass to FJ, 3 seconds left. They'll finally find one for the road. No, off the crossbar. If that is not a summary of this first game, as the Musty comes out on target, and it drops down on the goal line. Nash 10 SSA fan club taking game 1 in this best of 3. Not something you want to see if you're a fan of Zave Masters.
No, absolutely not. I mean, FJ only getting 160 points in that game. I mean, like, you can't come out like that if you're Zave Master. Now you're down by 1 in the series and could basically get 4th place with a loss here. I mean, I apologize, it'd be 3rd place, right? I'm not good with numbers. That's why I'm a broadcast guy. But you guaranteed 3rd. So, you know, Nash coming out hard, coming out strong, and if they continue to play like this in game 2, I think both of us would be wrong, and I think Zave Master is going to go home.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to be honest here, if Nation 10 can keep playing like this, going in through this, win this next game and go into the grand finals, I think we might get a distance grand finals like you were predicting earlier. It just won't have Zave Masters in the picture, which from what I'm hearing is going to be a pretty big shocker, as right now they just aren't looking up to par. It looks like that loss to Team Silence did more harm than we thought it would, because I mean, Nash 10 is just picking them apart, and every single challenge is just honestly clinical. I mean, everything I've seen, I mean, the passes, the demos, the coordination from Nash 10 SSA fan club has really just kind of put on the works against Zave Masters, and they're kind of giving them a master class if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I mean, this game 2 is going to be a telltale sign for them. And if they can't bounce back, then wow, what a disappointing turn of events for Zave Master. Like a harder fall off than Fergie, man.
Shark trying to get one more. Chris not able to follow it up, as that one caught me off a little off guard, just like that comment. As it Nash trying to get one more off the top of the ceiling or off the backboard, gets it 50'd out to his teammate's side. Demi not able to follow it up, but does get the demo. Nash not a lot of boost in the tank, looking very awkward, but into the hands of Shark as he is on the hunt, looking for one more. Gets it over Chris. No, as this one gets blocked away. Now pass down to Nash, looking for the quick shot again. Once again, the midfield passing lane opens wide up, and Nash finds the way to sneak it through that gap in that third man. Once again, up 1-0 early on in this game.
Dang. I mean, this team had to come out. I mean, wow. First of all, 91 miles per hour is absurd on a shot. I mean, that's the speed on that is absurd. But dang, Zave Master, like, it needs to be studied, their fall off. How lethargic they've already come out, and we're only less than a minute into the game. They need to bounce back now. And like we said earlier, it's about how you respond. They have done a horrendous job in this series of responding.
I mean, just like you saw earlier in this one, I saw there was a point where Zave Masters had all 3 players in one corner, and you know, if you're all 3 in the same corner, there's something going horribly wrong at that point, and it's only a matter of time before the opponent scores, as an opportunity could show off there. But Shark does get the dribble, looking for one more, gets it over 2 on target as this one muscles its way through. Shark takes it down the field to bring it to a 2-goal lead. Zave Masters yet to be able to find a response.
I mean, Shark turned Hezzy into hesitation on that one. I mean, what a goal by Shark. But again, there's no sense of urgency by the Zave Master team. They might as well just put down their Xbox or PlayStation remotes. They are not playing well together. They're making common mistakes, and they're letting Nash 10 walk all over them. And you know, I really feel that, like, if you're gonna play Team Silence next round, you need to be the best of the best. And I feel Nash 10, they're playing great, yeah. This isn't the best Rocket League we've seen. It's dark, almost making this 3-0 game. Nash in the air to FJ, and this ball is cleared out of the zone.
Oh my lord, something set up for greatness, but just a little bit of a miss from Nash as that Psycho fired it down the field. And one thing I want to point out is almost every single shot from Nash 10 SSA fan club has been an absolute screamer. It's been honestly max speed, flying down the field in a very difficult position to defend, and those type of shots and opportunities, it's just something that takes full advantage. As Hezzy tries to get a clear out to Chris. Chris taking this one at control, but no one there from his team to follow up with it as the demo comes out. Demi looking for Nash, who's already pre-jumped in the air, looking for the bump, couldn't get it. As now Shark looking for the beast mode read, couldn't get it. As Chris is there to fire it down to Hezzy for the pre-jump, couldn't connect on that one. And now the pass over to Nash, plays this one low, but the 50 down to the midfield as Hezzy's already up in the air for that one, looking for another touch. 2:25 left in the clock. Zave Masters trying to find a way to stay alive in this bracket, facing elimination. The pressure is going to be skyrocketing FJ not getting the best 50 on that sidewall into the hands of Demi. Looking for another one. Fires at midfield. But Shark looking for a top ceiling read. Couldn't find that one. Out of position. Does this one. Clear down the field, but a demo out on Shark creates a little bit of space for Zave Masters. But once again, an awkward position. Hezzy not enough boost in the tank to follow it up. But a missed touch off the backboard. Could have worked out. Couldn't connect. And now Demi gets beat out by Krish. Looking for the pass midfield. 50 down. Nash with a great recovery. Sends this one downfield. Gets the reset. Pops it over one. Looking for Shark, who's already in the air once again. And, I mean, Nash 10 is getting one after another. Pressure onslaught for Nash 10. And Zave Masters just trying to find a way to claw out of their own half.
I want to apologize for my earlier comments about what I said about fried rice, because this is I'm falling asleep here, man. This is a rough game for Zave Master, and you're supposed to come back after a series against Team Silence. Like, Coach is right, guys. We need to bounce back. We're not seeing that in this series at all. As maybe a play by Hezzy is completely turned away on that one by Shark. Here's Nash. Nash flipping this ball up in the air to Shark. Shark on the play gets a really nice musty flick, and this ball is centered, just sitting there, waiting, and it's cleared out. Here's Nash, who wins that 50 up in the air, and FJ misses that one. Shark trying to create some opportunity here. It's all in Nash 10 right now. This ball is centered to Shark, who can't get this one on. Here's Krish on the play, and it's going to be cleared out by Zave Master. Hezzy push this ball over to FJ, and nothing can turn into it. Hezzy back on the play. He's going to try to create something in the final 34. This is the biggest part of the game right here. Demi trying to kill time. Hezzy backflips, trying to get Demi to commit. Demi's nowhere to be found. A huge bump, and Krish scores. Some signs of life for Zave Master.
You say signs of life, but I'm not looking too confident here. It looked like it was just a little bit of a rotational mistake from Shark. 25 seconds left, not a lot of time to find a way to break through, but that could be the momentum that Zave Masters needed to stay alive here as a kickoff goes in favor, but Demi all over it, looking for Shark already. Nash off the ceiling, trying to get a read, drops this one down for his teammate to take control. As Demi looks for another one. Shark trying to get an extra touch, beat out by Krish. 10 seconds left, couldn't get the BMO read as Hezzy looking for one more, but couldn't put it on target. The bump comes out. Nash there to get the clear last second as this one is staying alive. 0 seconds left. Hezzy going to be forced to make some kind of touch, but an awkward position. Maintains control. Keeps this one alive as the pinch comes out. Now it's plenty of boost in the tank. Drops this one down off the back wall. FJ for the shot. Drops it down. Nash 10 SSA Fan Club knocks off Zave Masters and will be moving on to tonight's grand final.
You know what? When we switch back to us right now, I'm not even going to say words because I know what everyone's thinking right now. I mean, after a game like that, this is what it was like, guys. Just straight belt. I mean, how do you turn a game? Like, how do you bounce back after a finals against a winner's final against Team Silence to that? I don't understand it. I think that their collapse needs to be studied, Nate.
Honestly, I am loving the sound cues that you're giving with your comms. It is cracking me up. But I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, you can see it in their play style. Zave Masters was tilted. You can see all the mistouches, the miscommunications, the gap in their rotations, just giving away free opportunities, and they kind of got lucky at the end to claw their way back, but it just didn't matter. I mean, at that point, they were already tilted, they were making all those mistakes, and all Nash 10 Fan Club had to do was just play control, and that's what they did all series long, and they ended up taking it 2-0 fashion, moving up to the grand finals. I mean, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Nash 10 SSA Fan Club. Sorry, that is such a wild name. They're becoming Nash 10 for the rest of the night. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that name anymore. But
that's totally fair, to be honest.
I mean, here we are. But I believe up next is going to be a break. Correct? Yes.
Yeah, we've got a quick break ahead of us, and then we'll see Nash 10 and the dominant Team Silence. Does Nash 10 have enough in the tank to knock off the top team in this tournament? We will see when we come back. ladies and gentlemen, for our grand final between Nation 10 SSA Fan Club and Team Silence. If you're just joining us, I'm Mike Crispy. Alongside me is Nate the Dog. Nate, overall, to sum up that last game with Zave Esports and Nation 10 was straight belt. Like, Zave came out playing like Newark, New Jersey does in the United States. And overall, it was a rough watch, especially for us Rocket League fans.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it just looked like Zave Masters just kind of came into the game, and they just weren't locked in anymore after that match with Team Silence, and Nation 10 just really took full advantage of every single thing, and they were just, honestly, you could see it. They were just making them more and more tilted. Every single challenge was going in favor of Nation 10, and Zave Masters just couldn't find a response. They couldn't get any type of momentum going for them, and finally, when they get a goal in that last, like, 30 seconds, a slim chance of hope, it just gets shut down immediately. And I think if Nation 10 can take this momentum into this grand final against Team Silence, it should be a pretty solid game, but I think Team Silence is going to be a little too strong for this competition and really kind of, it may be close, but I think it's going to go out in a 3-0 fashion.
Oh, 100%. I mean, here's our bracket so far. I mean, you have Nation 10, geez, might as well call themselves Zimbabwe, if you know what I'm saying. Nation 10 SSA Fan Club there, placeholder, these teams have fought their way here, and of course, Team Silence is the best team out of all of them, and they're going to the finals to face off against Nation 10 SSA Fan Club. And of course, we only can have one winner. One loser is going to be sent to Cancun, Mexico. So it's going to be an exciting game to see. And who do you got in this game, Nate? Who do you think is going to take it?
I mean, I think if Nash was going to win any game, it's going to be the first one. Team Silence has been sitting here for a minute. They've been waiting. They might have cooled down a little bit, kind of lost their momentum. So Nash has to take this first game. Otherwise, Team Silence is just going to dominate. If they don't take this first one, almost all their momentum is going to be shut down immediately. They have to start strong, take this one, equalize the playing field, then start going the distance and chipping away in this series. Otherwise, Team Silence is just going to start walking away with it. So, I still think Team Silence takes it.
I agree 100%. I agree with you 100%. I gotta say this. Watch Team Silence play. They divide and conquer. They take the area that they have and they completely consume it. They're like a cartel. They completely spread out all over their offensive side, and they make their opponents pay. And so far tonight, that's what they have been doing. They're up by 1-0, and I think we're going to see our third vacuum sweep of the night.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key here for Nation 10 is going to be they have to find a way to shut down Resinal. Almost every single engagement he's been, like we were saying earlier on, especially when they played against Zave Masters, he is orchestrating the offense for his team, and he is letting his team shine. If they can find a way to shut him down, they're going to have a lot better of an opportunity to try and take advantage of it and create some opportunities for themselves. But if you give him the time and space, he's going to start cooking. He's going to put on the chef's hat, and he's going to start really setting up his team for success. And if you give him that, I mean, Team Silence is just going to start playing very strong Rocket League. And they're going to find a way to really just kind of sneak wins through and start pulling away, and not even the series, but even in the game. You can't give them that space and time. The moment you do, it's going to be over.
Oh, 100%. And Team Silence so far tonight has been the best team consistently. They're like a triple threat, the triple dipper. Overall, Team Silence has been all over the field. They've been making teams pay. They've been winning. They've been the dominant team in this playoff, and it would take a miracle, I think, for Nation 10 to even take 2 games in this series.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a matter of how well they show up. They're going to have to meet the level of play that Team Silence is going to be presenting out there, and I know for a fact Team Silence is going to be wanting to win this one because I didn't acquire the 29 points that are going to be in the possibilities. Nash upset that the opposing team has a name on their team color.
What's Nash saying now in the comments?
What's happening here?
Hold up. What's going on in the comments here? Yeah.
Oh, they're upset Team Silence has their team name, but Nash's team is just blue.
Oh well.
I mean,
well, that's awesome.
Clear favorites here in this series.
Yeah.
Oh, Am I in the wrong one?
We're in the wrong one. So you
Oh,
know what,
we're
I
in the
gotta say
wrong
this
one.
too. We're in the
Leave.
wrong one. I gotta say this. You know what else is awesome is our Week 5 tournament breakdown. Obviously, these two teams are going to be competing. First place gets 29 points. Second team only gets 22. So there's obviously quite a bit of space, and that's only going to continue as weeks go forward. So obviously winning this tournament, and like we said, Team Silence has already won the Week 1 tournament. They've also been very competitive in previous weeks. I think if they win this one, I almost think they're a shoo-in 1,000,000% going into these next few weeks.
Yeah, I think if they can win this one, they're gonna be pretty much an insta lock. And right now they're on track to. I mean, clearly, not even just us favoring them, but I feel like a lot of the community is also favoring them to win this one. So, Nash 10 gonna have to find a way to respond, play up to par. As everybody starts slowly joining this lobby here, the correct lobby. My bad, everybody, for not realizing I was supposed to leave that last lobby. Explains why Prod was a little confused at what they were talking about.
Yeah.
But
I
slowly,
mean,
go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say this. Team Silenced, you compare them to something else. They're almost like a plate of nachos. They always find ways to bounce back. And guess what? When you get that refill, it's the best thing ever. Can they do that for us tonight? We will see coming up.
Nash's team is now telling me it is Nash. He is lying to us, so now he's going to be called Nash from the rest of the night. Nash 10. Oh, my Lord. Glad to know everyone's taking it in good spirits. But Nash here, like we've been saying, they're going to have to find a way to do it. And I think if they play as well as they did against Dave Masters, they're going to have a really good run. It's going to be a very close game. I think we're just waiting for everybody to start joining the lobby. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of hanging out now, waiting for these guys to kind of get loaded in and start getting things rolling. Wondering if they're allowed to join Prod, if you want to let them know.
Hey,
if they can join
Nate,
or
I have a
not.
question for you. Are you a big Mary Poppins guy?
Sure.
Because I love the hat. It looks like you're one of those, like, the chimney washers, And speaking of Mary Poppins, I really feel going into this game, whichever team has the most supercalifragilisticexpialidocious start is going to win this whole tournament.
Man, this dude is just coming out with the most outlandish things to say. I will say you're the first person to say I'm Mary Poppins. Usually everyone calls me Peaky Blinders at this point. So I guess the teams are ready. Jumping into it. Game 1 of this best of 5 as we kick things off. A 50, a fake coming out very strong already. Nash looking for a shark off the ceiling, but not high enough. Not able to follow up with it is Demi. Tries to get another one. Pigeon looking for a touch over to the midfield. Blocked away, but into the hands of Reznal. Look, gets that full boost, looking for an extra touch. The demo coming out. Lev already up, but shut down by Nash. You can see this is going to be a great series already as the speed is immaculate from both of these teams. Reznal looking for one more. Can't get it as Shark drops this one down. A Pigeon looking for the pass back, trying to get a floater. Gets the reset, no. Leaves it for Lev to take full control. Reznal trying to get a 50, fires this one up to the back wall, leaves this play for his team. A potential awkward rotation there, but a great touch and a great read from Pigeon with a pre-flip and gets this one snuck through that back line.
Team Silence picking up right where they left off. That's what a pre-flip by Pigeon on that play to get that ball in the back of the net and picking up right where they left off. Team Silence is up by 1.
Team Silence looking as strong as they were earlier. Nash has to find a way to respond as the Lev takes this one off the ceiling, dropping it down for Reznal, but Nash able to take this one up, but an awkward touch, but a great jump from Pigeon. Shuts that one down from Demi. But a full boost in the tank, leaving this one Shark. Tries to get a pop-up, but Reznal doesn't allow that one. Shuts it down. And now Pigeon forcing a touch here, gets the full boost, leaves it for his teammate Reznal to clear downfield, but into the hands of Shark, who gets this one floating up, but Pigeon all over it, looking for Lev, tries to get one more, leaves it for Pigeon for the double, can't connect on it, and now Demi going to be all over this one, gets the pop-up, looking for one, but Lev with a great scoop from underneath, coming up from behind, gets that one up to his back wall, getting a reset for his team, but a wide open net, as now the equalizer comes in. Nash 10 able to bring this one back.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Demi so far in the last couple games, he's been an absolute powerhouse. Might as well be the mitochondria of the cell, if you know what I'm saying. He has been all over the field, making plays happen. He is really, truly the best.
Lev getting a favorable kickoff for Resnal for a quick shot, but Shark able to get there in time, but into the hands of Pigeon. Gets this one, looks for another one for his team, but Demi there to shut it down. Looks for the clear down the Shark. To commit for the play, a dangerous position as a touch comes out for Demi. A fortunate flip catch as he's able to get back on this one, but the Goomba Stomp attempt doesn't succeed. But now you can see Team Silence all over this play as Nace 10 is forced to make some type of panic pinch, sending this one back out to the field as now a 50 comes out. Resnal can't follow this one. Pigeon with a great touch on the goal line does keep control. Looking for another one, but Nash gets this one. But Pigeon with a great touch as a shot comes out from Shark. Lev with a great read shuts that one down. Demi taking this one to the heavens. Can he get there? No, Pigeon flies just a little bit higher. Getting this one cleared out is Lev, but right back into the hands of Nash as he's able to try and pass this one down to Shark. Looking for one more opportunity. This could be it. A bump comes out, but it works out in Team Silence's favor. Nash 10 putting an absolute onslaught here for Team Silence, just trying to find a way to break out. Almost every single clear is just going right back into the hands of Nash 10, creating awkward touches. That boost starts slowly running dry. Team Silence having to find some way to break out, and that could be it for them right here.
And I mean, again, their rotation it's such a perfect triangle, you know, like you could use the Pythagorean theorem on it, and I guarantee you a squared plus b squared would equal c squared so far in this game. Nash 10 trying to make a breakout on the play. Here's Demi. Demi with a great touch off the wall to Nash. Nash dumping this ball into the corner. He's going to make a catch, and he's going to center this one to Shark, who can't finish that one. Here's Resnal on the play to Demi. Demi with a great touch by him, and Lev will get a really nice touch there. Here's Pigeon back in the play, going to try to make something with 29 boost. Demi says no, but there's a battle for it. Shark with a great touch, and Nash is going to send this one long. Is there anyone back? I don't think there is. He scores on a very bad rotation from Team Silenced.
You can see Resnal with a little bit of a dive on that one, thinking he's going to beat out Nash, but just couldn't get there or get the challenge on there, leaving a wide open net as that third man was just a little too slow on that off-ball rotation, not able to get back in time. But this could work out in favor for Team Silence with a pass back to Lev, but shut down immediately. Resnal there for the great goal line save, trying to get one more. Goomba stomps Demi on the wall, looks for another touch off the sidewall. Lev trying to get one more, shut down by Demi. Nash 10 really knowing that they're the underdogs of this match, trying to really prove themselves here, taking full advantage as a minute 10 left on the clock. Plenty of time. Team Silence not looking too hot as they were earlier, and honestly right now it's just looking like Nash's 10 type of Rocket League.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. You know, talking about Resnal a little bit, like, he's playing almost like a corroded copper pipe. He's so valuable to this team, but right now he's just not, he can't make any opportunities. Here's Nash on the play, trying to make a breakout. On the play is Demi with Lev on the wall. Nash sending along Resnal, the player we were just talking about in the final 40 seconds of this one. Team Silence down by a goal in the final 38 seconds. Here's Lev trying to make a play on the wall, but Shark denies him. Pigeon with a great pickup, centering this one to Resnal. No, it hits the crossbar, rebound in front, and Lev can't get anything on that one. Here's Shark. This play is played out. Lev, Resnal trying to dump this one in. Resnal gets pinched up on the wall. Demi on the wall with the jump, centering this one. Some chaos in the final 15. Nash 10 can't respond. Resnal fires one. He scores! It's Lev! And we're tied at 2 in the final 10!
I mean, that is a great play from Team Silence right there. Bringing it in with 10 seconds left on the clock. They equalize this one 2-2. Team Silence with a great team play right there as they're able to get that one equalized and send this one. Pigeon trying to do it himself. Gets the pop up with Shark there to shut it down. Resnal keeps this one alive. 0 seconds left on the clock. DMY trying to find another one as Lev is going to drop this one down to head into overtime. The Kenzo overtime finally makes its appearance as both of them try a different kickoff strategy. Pigeon takes this one up, but the pre-jump from DMY shuts this one down as Shark gets a clear out. Not able to connect on it as Lev gets the 50 out into the hands of Resnal. Couldn't get there as this one's off the side post. A dangerous situation, but Pigeon stays calm, cool, and collected. The pass coming out midfield from Resnal. Lev trying to get one more. Couldn't get the touch he's looking for. Plays the 50 as Two players from Team Silence in the same corner as Reznal's going to be forced to make an awkward pop-up, but Lev is there to recover it. Right now, Team Silence is trying to apply some type of pressure, but it's just not working in favor as Reznal gets a shot to Pigeon, and now Team Silence will take it going up 2-0 in the series.
You know, don't stop him now. He is having a good time. Pigeon finishes this game off 3-2, and we are going to the next game with a Team Silence 2-0 lead.
I mean, that's exactly what I said. I mean, if there was a game to win, Nation 10 needed to win that one, and they just buckled in the last 20 seconds. Same way Zave Master did in game 1. I mean, they held on that lead so long just to fall apart in the very end. That is what you don't want to see. They're going to have to find a way to climb back now as Team Silence at match point now with this best of 5 starting up 1-0 already. That is going to be a difficult situation to come back from. Team Silence looking as strong as ever. I'm excited to see if Nation 10 can find a way to bounce back.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I really feel Team Silence was the better team. I think they made a couple rotational mistakes.
You said that before.
You know, oh, man, I've said it a lot tonight. You know, I even had to pull out the belt with Zave. But, I mean, overall, I think this is going to be an awesome game number 3.
Reznal taking this one up to the sidewall, but no boost in the tank. Leaves this one for DMY to try and do something with it. Pigeon with a pre-jump from across the field. Gets the pinch in the corner as well. No power behind it. With a great touch, Pigeon staying on the ball with no boost. That's what you want to see. Keeping that presence, really showcasing that it doesn't matter if you have boost. It just matters if you can make them think you have boost. And that's exactly what he's doing today. Zero boost once again. Gets that 50 out to Lev. Gets the drop down. Lev looking for the pass down and does it. The team coordination is there. Team Silence going up 1-0, 29 seconds here in the game number 2, I guess. But a great play nonetheless here. Team Silence is showing that coordination that we were seeing against Zave Masters. But 30 seconds in, already being down. Nation 10 trying to find something, but the bump comes out. Pigeon gets back just in time and controls this one out to the side. Now Lev looking for one more. Couldn't get it. DMY able to shut that one down. Looks for the pass off the back wall. Is anyone there to follow it up? There's Shark, but a great save. No, it's going to sneak its way through. Shark equalizes it in. 2 goals in under a minute. That's what we like to see. That's what we call a great Rocket League. These teams looking great. The great save would have gone out, but Shark falling just on top of it to put it right back in. These are two teams here to give a masterclass of a Rocket League, trying to take away in this grand final. Nation 10 trying to claw their way back into this series as they try and get some type of momentum. Lev with a great touch drops this one down. A Shark off the back wall, trying to keep one, but Pigeon keeps this one. Great control, goes for the reset. Can he get it? No. A 50 opportunity, but Reznal gets back just in time to shut that one down. Give them no space, but Pigeon. No boost in the tank. Fakes out a challenge here. Drops it down to Reznal to take a shot on target. Off the crossbar. Bar down in. Team Silence back up by 1 goal.
You know, I gotta say this too. Have you ever seen the TikToker Quaddale Dingle with the chaos? That is what we're seeing so far in this game. It is 2-1 Team Silence. Absolute chaos. The masterclass of this game thus far has been exceptional. Team Silence 2, Nation 10 1.
The bump coming out very early on. You can see Pigeon looking for his teammate. Does get the 50 down in favor of his team. Gets the back wall read. A great recovery. Drops it down. Reznal there for the shot, but Nation is there to get the touch. And a great save nonetheless. Looking for another one as Lev shuts this one down. DMY gets it cleared down the field. Looking to follow it up off the back wall. Anyone there? No. No one from his team there to follow it up as the pass comes out from Lev. Pigeon looking for one more. Does get the pass down. A team of 50 goes in favor of Team Silence. As now DMY tries to get one more shut down. Shark with a shot, couldn't get it. Looking for that midfield presence, and Team Silence just not letting them have it, as every opportunity in the midfield has been shut down almost immediately. But another one could sneak through here. Pigeon not able to connect on it. Is Reznal forcing into a third man position. A double commit. Pigeon trying to get the read off the back wall, couldn't get it. Drops it down to Lev. Wide open net. No boost in the tank. Can he do it again? He does. Lev drops it down for a 2-goal lead for Team Silence.
And what a goal for Team Silence. You know, they're already up by 2. I think they can close out this series now. I think it's I don't know if it's a best of 7 or a best of 5. I think it's a best of 7, but it is a best of 5. So Team Silence can win this tournament right here, and they're surely looking like the favorite team to do so. Here's Shark on the play. Shark plays this one back to Demi. Demi on this one. Left. Can't get anything on that one. Naish turns this ball over in the middle, and no, he denies him on the play. Rebound, he scores! It's Lev, and it's 4-1 Team Silence. The Quad-Dale Dingle chaos continues.
I mean, it was a great save from Naish, but it just didn't matter as Lev was able to get there for the rebound on that one, extending their lead by 3. Team Silence looking pretty warmed up. Just as I was saying earlier on, that first game of the series was one that had to be won for Naish 10, because now Team Silence is back into their mojo, in their groove, and they're just taking full control here. Shark trying to get one more, blocked away by Resinal. Couldn't connect on that one as Naish looks for the double. Can he get it? Drops it down. A great save from Lev as he's able to clear that one downfield. Shark into a scramble, trying to get something rolling, but Resinal all over this play as Lev looks to pass it out, but couldn't connect on it. DMY trying to find another one. Can he pop it over Pigeon? Can he get it over? A 50 comes out in favor of the demo on the pitch. Naish for the shot, but a great recovery from Pigeon. A shot from Resinal, but just not able to connect on that angle as that was a little far out of his reach. But Pigeon keeps control in the neutral zone, gets a pop down to midfield. Naish there trying to kick one for himself. Looks for the shot, could be it. Right side post. Naish 10 finds some momentum, bringing themselves back in here for game number 3.
And it's a 4-2 game. This game is still not over. 100% it's not. But you look at what Team Silence is accomplishing in this game, you almost got to say it is over. But there's still a minute and 43 seconds. Naish 10 has the opportunity to do the funniest thing and come back in this one. Here's Naish, speak of the devil, can't finish it as Resinal denies him on that one. Demi back on the play to Naish. Naish up in the air, trying to make something happen. Makes a great catch, centers this ball to Shark. Shark trying to get this one on goal. Nice touch by him, goes for the 50, and Resinal makes a great clear on that play. Here's Demi. Demi catching this one on the wall to Resinal. Resinal trying to make this a 5-goal game. Resinal trying to create something on the play. Pigeon over to Lev. Lev firing this one, can't get enough. Shark is going to play this one to Pigeon, who will get a touch, and Shark will recover with the ball. Shark trying to create something in this back and forth game, and Lev says no on the play. Here's Pigeon. Pigeon trying to make a play on that one. This ball is straight up. It goes back down on the play. Lev, nice touch by him. Can he finish it to make it 5? He makes a nice move. Can't finish it on that one. Here's Naish. Naish on the play. Makes a flick. Resinal in the backfield. Demi makes another great play and is cleared out over to Naish.
Lev, plenty of space, looking for his teammate who's already up in the air. Shark with a great save, but doesn't matter. Lev is there to put it back once again, bringing it back to a 3-goal lead. 29 seconds left on the clock. Naish 10 SSA fan club not able to find any kind of response here as Team Silence is just dominating the possession and the field domination as every single challenge is just going in favor of Team Silence. The coordination is there. The playing, as the chemistry is there most of all. As Shark tries to put one on target, looking for the double off the crossbar, but Resinal does get the touch and the 50. Naish looking for the double. Could be a shot opportunity, but Pigeon with a great recovery gets back. DMY for another shot. Bottom left corner. Great placement. Could stay alive. 9 seconds left, but it's going to be a miracle.
Oh, they need a miracle on this one. I mean, what a great placement by Demi. Look at this bottom left corner. I mean, that's perfect placement. What a play by him. And you know, like, it makes you almost sick to your stomach like you ate some Long John Silvers that this game is coming to an end. Team Silence, 5 seconds. Oh, it ain't over until the fat lady sings. Well, the fat lady is singing now. Team Silence, the champion of Week 5 Rocket Rush.
I mean, Team Silence pulling away here, taking it in the grand finals. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm watching curling with how much sweeping I'm seeing from Team Silence tonight. They are clearing the path, and they are going to take this one in cleaning fashion. Team Silence looking as strong as ever, and honestly, I'm happy to see the type of coordination I was seeing from Team Silence. All the passing plays and the trust that they had in each other is the reason that they took this grand finals tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Nate, overall, I mean, do you feel that, I mean, we knew from the start Team Silence was going to be the best team, but, like, was there any point that you felt Team Silence might not be in the finals at all?
No.
Just an easy no answer. You're so right, though. It was straight domination overall. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind when Nash 10 beat Zave. I was like, all right, that's wraps, guys. GG. That's it. Like, do we even have to be here for this final? Because I know Team Silence is just gonna have a heyday, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, Resino played great. I mean, the whole team played flawless, and another sweep for Team Silence.
And that's not to say or downplay Nash 10 or Zave Masters either. I mean, both of those teams are very high quality teams. It just further proves the level of play that Team Silence plays at. Honestly, those are great teams, and Team Silence took it in cleaning fashion. I mean, that just shows that honestly, if you want my honest opinion, they played it close. But I don't consider it close if you can't win a game in this series. All right, you may have played it close in the game, could have been a close overall, but if you can't take a game in the series, it wasn't close to me. All right, if you can take it to game 5 or take it to game 3, then it's a different story. So that just speaks to that level that Team Silence plays at, and it's that much higher than the rest of these teams.
Oh, 100%. You know, it's like comparing Clash Royale to Clash of Clans. Two totally different games, but you know Clash Royale is just that much better, and Team Silence was that much better tonight. Now, I know we're starting to get out of here, and after my horrible ad read earlier, Nate, I think you deserve this one. Give us the ad reads for the rest of the night before we head off.
Oh, he can't hear me, apparently. It's up to you.
All right, so I had a 6 out of 10 ad read earlier. I'm going to try this one again. So here at Nameless, you know, we're always looking to improve our stuff, which is why we are releasing our first ever Nameless Discord bot, looking for group finder, scrim finder, ranked solo queues, start.gg integration, and more. All you have to do is scan that QR code, and you can have our Discord bot in your server. And also over to Epic Games, if you use code Nameless in the Epic Games store, it helps us out. Hopefully it helps you out. And you know who's also helping you guys out? Esportian. You combine your passion for gaming with higher education. They have over 25 video games. They are the sponsor for today's game. Over 700 university programs, a 100% placement rate. They work super well with international students, partnered with 25 collegiate esport programs. And that's not all. We also are starting a new thing where you can get a guaranteed first round cash. You know, it's like Fortnite. You build your way up, and you can pay your $25 to $50 and get a first round casted by us for one of the Rocket Rush weekly series. Also, something that Nameless is going to be integrating is now we have an organization store that is now available, and if you want to get started with us, shoot us contact today for revenue shares, discounts, and sponsorships for merch. I think that was a lot better. What do you think, Ben? I think I hit the nail on the head. Is that better?
Well, you missed the first one.
No, I didn't. Did I actually?
You did, in fact. You started talking about the bond and brought up the production packages. So, hey, I'll give you a 9 out of 10. You were this close.
Cool.
All right, you were this close.
Cool, we're getting better.
All right, much better than the first one. But, I mean, overall, I think it was a great night. I'm happy. Honestly, this was a very enjoyable, especially for my first time appearance here in Nameless. And I think it's going to be something I definitely put on my calendar to do more on a more reoccurring basis. It was a blast getting to cast with you tonight. I'm excited to see all the teams.
I mean, an absolute blast. I think I just heard something from our producer. Ben, did you have anything you would like to add for us? Oh, yeah, no problem. So we're having some problems hearing Nate. Nate, we appreciate you on tonight. Obviously, I'm going to give my final thoughts on it. You know, Team Silence, you know, they were goats on the sticks tonight. Godin's on the sticks, completely playing exceptional. Like, overall, perfect gameplay, and didn't surprise anybody. And before I send it off, I have to continue some tradition.
Oh, no.
I'm still here.
What's this tradition? I don't know what it is.
We end off with a sweep. We got our vacuum, turn it on. A third ever sweep.
What in the world is happening here?
Team Silence 3, Nash 10, 0. We'll see you guys next time.